What is up, YouTube? One second, I just forgot something. All right, there we go. Forgot to close my door. So, good morning. It's Sunday. You have now embarked on the hero's journey. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. If you give a fuck, then I will try to entertain you for the next hour or two. Depends on how I feel. But when I scheduled this show, I didn't think about the fact that it was Father's Day on this Sunday, which shows you how much I think about Father's Day. Because for the most part, I don't think it matters to most people. But I don't think it does. I was having a little conversation this morning. With my first thought this morning when I woke up was that it's Father's Day. It's Sunday. I need to get up and do my show. And honestly, somebody should be giving me mouth cuddles. I thought about that. Somebody should be giving me mouth cuddles this morning. Because I thought about it. I have two awesome children, fruit of my loins, that everybody loves and everybody appreciates and, want to be around and all of that shit. Heap a lot of praise on for their accomplishments, all that shit, right? So like that old phrase where, you see a woman that's so fine, somebody should be going and sucking their daddy dick. Somebody should be sucking my dick. You're welcome. Because it wasn't just genetic material I gave up. It was instruction, direction, determination, commitment, self-respect in some ways. If I was one of these people to go out there and just try to populate the earth, I could have left California and traveled the world at 18. Because me and my buddy Vince were going into the military. We're going into the Navy just to get away from here, from Richmond, from California. I didn't do that shit. Because for me, I couldn't see myself leaving my child. Because I was doing young kid shit, young teenage shit, playing with sex, and not doing it protected because, the woman didn't want protection. She wasn't thinking about it either. And I had a child by somebody who was just trying to have a baby and some family to get her adulthood started. And I couldn't leave my child. I couldn't bear to do that shit. I went through that. I didn't want to put a child through that. So I didn't go anywhere. I stayed. I buckled down, got myself better jobs and stuff like that, and stayed committed to raising my son. Now, I don't expect a parade for that shit. I don't expect a slap on the back or anything like that. I don't. I did it knowing that there was nothing that could be expected from it. There is no praise. There is no parades. There is no acknowledgement. There is no respect given. That was in the 90s. I just graduated from high school. Just graduated from high school, not a year. So when I woke up this morning at 52 and thinking I need to make sure I call my son and tell him Happy Father's Day, and thinking about my mother, who I talked to yesterday, about how this is the first year she's celebrating Father's Day without her father, because her father has passed last year, my grandfather. I thought how ironic certain situations are. Because I get on here every year with you guys, at least for the last, 5 to 6 years, I've got on here and told you how I felt about fathers and Father's Day and just the experiences that I've had being a father. And that is ongoing. It never actually ends. And while I'm not angry this year or anything like that, I'm not. Talking about it does arise some of that anger. But for the most part, it is just what the hell it is. And I think that's just me being older. It's just what it is, whatever the fuck. Right? Somebody's gonna like you, somebody gonna dislike you, or a whole lot of people gonna dislike you. And they are not gonna be assuaded away from disliking you. The culture itself that you live in will reinforce the fact that they shouldn't respect you at all. And I find that funny, given the way that some folks, some women, the lengths they go to get pregnant, to get what you have floating around in your sacks. Ask Drake. He had to go to the extent of putting hot sauce inside of used condoms to keep a bitch from sticking it up inside of herself just so she can have his baby. And then deal with the lawsuit after that. I think it's entertaining how you can be the most hated, derided, disrespected, at the same time being a linchpin to everybody's hopes and dreams, their plans for a better future. Is that interesting? We talk about Brittany Renner. Why? Because she got a big ass, pretty face? Because we know she's a gold digger. And the only way she's found to dig gold out of people is by fucking them and trying to get their seed so she can have a baby. And that's why most people deride her now, because she did get somebody's seed. You know, the one she didn't swallow. The one she decided to have. And it's a young boy playing with sex, not understanding, by a woman who just wanted a family and a baby. And how she tried to run his ass through the ringer about child support and stuff. It's interesting. When we talk about the gynocentric world, and some people don't want to believe it, this is what it looks like. All of this runs on you. All of it. If it's not just your sweat equity, is based on what you produce. And they can have none of it without your consent, given or implied. But you will get no respect for it. Interesting. So I woke up thinking that mouth cuddle should have been standard. I woke up thinking that, there should be like at least three standards for what should happen for men on Father's Day. Should. And I'm thinking, why the hell not? It's simple stuff. Anybody can do it. I mean, outside of the what 1 month, 2 month lead up we get to Mother's Day and shit like that. Look, put a week's worth of attention on it and get some stuff done for fathers on Father's Day. And we don't need that disclaimer up front about, oh, if he's a good father, if he's a real father. We don't hear that shit about Mother's Day, so shut the fuck up. Because every trifling bitch want to jump up on Mother's Day, even ones that ain't did shit for their kids. I just had to listen to my coworker talk about his son's mother, who is not around, don't even live in this state, coming around and making a headache over graduation day because the boy is going into high school. She don't provide nothing for him. She don't raise him. She don't take care of him. She don't even see that little motherfucker most of the time because she's kind of a dope head. But she causing grief because she want to come to a graduation because it's time to pose with the trophy. It's time to show up and look pretty next to something that seems like it's winning, even though you've done no work to help it get there. None. You know what I told him? The same thing I tell my mother about dealing with some of our family members sometimes. You deal with them for that couple of hours. Just deal with it for a couple of hours. Let them have that moment for a couple of hours, and you can go back to hating each other and knowing they ain't shit the 10 minutes after that. Just put it aside. Be the bigger person. Be the adult for a minute. Put that shit aside for a couple of hours. Let them have a little moment in the sun. Let the sun shine on the dog's ass. And then afterwards, kick that motherfucker off the lawn. Good? You had a good time? You got all your pictures, all that shit? Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck on. That's it. But she want that respect. She want to be there for that because there's praise to be thrown around. She don't want to do the actual hard work of actually raising a teenage boy, which can be easy, can be cake. No, she just want to be there because it's graduation time. It's picture time. Look at what I did. So, if since it's people like that that still want to be praised on Mother's Day, that still get praised on Mother's Day, and the social constraints around critiquing people like that on Mother's Day, I think on Father's Day, you should be able to get some praise. We don't have to disqualify anybody if you're a real father. Compared to who? By whose standards? By whose standards? Mama's? Let me get this straight. The same people who said they didn't have a father is holding court and critique on who is a real father. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Or those who had good fathers and totally disrespected them. didn't want to listen to them or anything. They're the ones that get to tell you who's a real father. That seems a little flawed to me too. Same man you didn't want to listen to. Mm. I don't think you would know. I think, like a lot of things, like in Fight Club, you need to realize as men, a lot of your definitions of what manhood are come from women, and you need to switch that. Angry Man has been saying this shit for years. At this point, damn near a decade or more. Men hold say so over who are men and who are not. And I think it should be the same way as fathers, too. Since none of these, or at least half of these people, do not have to be raised to be fathers, have never been men, do not have to be men or live as men. You probably aren't the ones I would ask about who's a real father or not. I could possibly ask you about motherhood, possibly. But we know how y'all bristle at that shit. Because you don't want a standard when it comes to that shit. So, like I said, I'm not bitter or angry this year. I'm just having some thoughts. I'm an older father now. I'm actually a grandfather now. And while I can take some, I have that ping of sadness in me because I'm not closer to my granddaughter. I don't see her often at all. So in my mind, there is little or no relationship outside of blood with her. If I saw her today, she probably wouldn't even know I was her fucking grandfather. And that's sad. She's probably 5 or 6. It keeps blowing up my goddamn phone. I'm working. Everybody hitting back from my follow you a text. That's sad, but it is the situation. It is the situation that she was born in. Like I said, she's a COVID baby. She was born right as COVID was starting. So there wasn't a lot of time spent initially with her because the family was separated. Then after the fact, they live far and their schedules are opposite. I work a lot. I'm not a retired, 50, 60-year-old grandfather who's just sitting in a house somewhere doing nothing, puttered around. No, I'm still out here working and earning and trying to get it and survive. So I don't have a lot of free time to be running back and forth. Nobody is sponsoring my lifestyle. And I say that to mean I don't have a husband who take care of most of the bills so I can just run around and go visit people on the weekends. No, I'm usually working and taking care of my own shit. So, I thought about it before to see if, and I thought about it rationally because I'm a realist in a lot of senses, right? I thought about it rationally if I actually deserved any credit for raising my children. And the immediate thought that came back to me was absolutely. Well, at the same time, I can be very critical of myself because I am. I can be really critical of myself. And I can remember all the failings, the things I missed, the things I couldn't do, the things I could not give my children. But when I look at it that way, it's all stuff. It's all stuff. I can say I've never taken my entire family while my kids were kids to Disneyland. I never have. But I can say that as a family, my wife and I have paid for those kids to go to Disneyland on a cruise through Mexico with their grandmother and all that shit. I can say I've never been to Europe, but I have paid for my son to go to Europe on a cruise with his grandmother for his graduation. I can say that much. Can't say I've been, but I can say I've financed it. But in the grand scheme of things, people don't remember who paid for shit. They just remember that your ass wasn't there in the picture. You weren't there holding the trophy. So of course that means you must have not did anything. So when I think of stuff like that, my kids have had a lot more opportunities than I have had, but you will not see me in pictures with them from those opportunities. You won't. So you can deny it all you want to. There's nothing visible. It's nothing tangible in the sense that you can hold it. But my fingerprints are on it. In which case, fatherhood for me, in some ways, is like being that stepping stool so people can see a little higher. Yeah, you can see them over the fence. They look awesome standing up there, but you don't give a shit about what they're standing on to be able to be raised that high. Don't. You do not care. So this year for Father's Day, I wasn't thinking about it at all. And when I did think about it, the first person I thought of was my son and making sure he knows how much I respect what he is doing with his family, with his daughter, with his son. And I only know that from what I'm seeing on social media. But that family is happy. Those kids are happy. His daughter loves her daddy. And he is stern with her in some ways and really soft in other ones. And I love seeing that from my son. When I get to be around him, we get to be in the same proximity to each other and watch him with his child and how they talk to each other, how he interacts with them. It makes my heart warm for him. Not for me, for him. Because that relationship he's building is his accomplishment. I don't see it as mine. I know that is my child. That is my son, who I have raised. But I love seeing him with his child and how he behaves. I respect that. And so I texted him and gave him praise for that, for what he's doing. Good. I like to see parents with great relationships with their children. I have a great relationship with my child. I know people have came in and tried to undermine that shit a lot, namely females. But I do have a good relationship with my children, both of them, because they are my children. And I don't think it's too egocentric to say this shit. It would have been my children if I had my two separate people. It still would have been my children. I made the joke today about I was congratulated or thanked for having two awesome children, which was funny. It made me laugh a little bit, but I said, "You're welcome. I have a billion of them because I see what's awesome in them, not just they mamas, but what's in me." And I know that because I have two of them by two separate women. So I can see what tracks within both of them. A lot of that is me. Neither one of their mamas is geeks. Neither is that, I would think, has that humility. But so anyway, three things I thought that fathers should have on this day: fathers and stepfathers and adopted daddies should have on this day. Because make no mistake, um, my boy Black Bane has done a hell of a job with other people's kids, trying to show them what a father would be. And most of those bitches that he been with is unappreciative of that shit, except when it comes down to money. And I think that is highly disrespectful. But be it as it may, that's my boy. He is being a father a lot of times over. And he does not get the respect I think he deserves for doing that kind of shit. Because there's plenty of single mamas running around this bitch. There ain't a lot of dudes running around wanting to be somebody's fucking stepdaddy. So, first things last, I think, out of the three, just to get it off my plate and off my mind, is father should be getting his dick sucked on Father's Day. Flat out. That should be the first thing in the morning. Breakfast in bed. If you laying up in the bed with a man who has fathered children for you, who is with you, either married or not, raising those children, you in fact need to be waking up, topping him off in the morning. At least this one day out of 365 with some gusto. Not like it's a chore, but with some appreciation. Appreciate you, Herb. Happy Father's Day to your dad. If you're not with that nigga no more, right? You're not with him no more. You got a man, and y'all ain't got no kids. And your man that you have gets to have the benefit of your baby daddy's children around him. And you still get the benefit of being a mother to those children. You need to be finding your baby daddy and going to suck his dick. At least for today. You don't got to keep doing it after that. But at least for today, you need to be, polish the scepter one time, like you did one time. And show some appreciation. It's like I said before, men are always walking around being fathers, even to other people's kids. But you ain't a mother until you get impregnated. Then you are anointed. The other thing, outside of the simple sexual thing, which is simple enough and easy enough that even lesbians can do it. You need to show that man some appreciation for what came out of him. Kiss it. Suck on it. Show it some love. You ain't got to like him afterwards. We'll put your bullshit aside for about an hour or so, and then you can get right back on that horse and ride out with it. But at least for an hour, you show some respect. The next one is breakfast. Breakfast. You realize in a man's life, father or whoever, one meal that he may miss most of the time in his life is breakfast. That's the one meal he might miss or have on the run because he's too busy getting to a goddamn job. How about just making breakfast? Give him like an hour or two of good homemade breakfast, some coffee, some juice, whatever the fuck you like, yogurt and granola. I don't give a fuck. Just something. And not that you had to take him out to do it. You didn't have to spend any money to do that shit. Just mix it up. Just cook it up in the house. You don't even have to live with him to do that shit. You just show up. Just show up. Dad, you ate yet? Nope. Open the door. I'm here. We're going to have some breakfast. Cook them up something. I've cooked my father one meal in life. One meal. One. I cooked him dinner. One time. He came over to my home and me, him, and my wife sat down and talked and had a conversation and I cooked dinner. That meant the world to me because I'd never had that. My father sitting in my home with my wife and I'm cooking him dinner and we just talking like adults. That meant a lot. It was special to me. I didn't take it for granted because I know some people live in the house the whole time with their father. They don't give a shit about him. They take for granted being able to sit there at the dinner table or across the couch in front of the television, eating TV dinners or some other bullshit. We just mean he tired and out of patience. Maybe you just disrespectful and unappreciative of what it is you actually have. So cook them breakfast. Let them sit down for a few hours and just have some pleasant conversation about something he's interested in. And then the third thing I would say on this day to appreciate your father, ask him to share with you what made him want to be a father. What example he followed, what was one of the hardest struggles he had as a father. What was it like for him to find out that he was going to be a father the very first time? And don't let him give you any of those rote responses that you can think of right off the top of your head. You don't want to hear none of that shit. You want to hear really him. Ask him about his journey to being a father, what it meant for him, how it impacted his life, what changed for him in his decision to not cut and run, but to step up and I'm going to be a father. I'm going to raise this child. And see if you can and glimpse in him them dark nights where he really didn't want to do that shit and what made him stay committed, how he stayed committed to doing that shit. When you know nobody's going to thank him for that shit at all. And nobody appreciates it. Ask him about that. One of the hardest struggles he had with raising you or your siblings or some shit like that. Ask him some real shit. Ask him and let him tell you his story. If he didn't have a father in his life, ask him how he decided to still be there. What he used as his underpinning to figure out, I'm going to be a father, regardless of not having a good example. Ask him. Get that goddamn story. It will be more impactful for you understanding who this man is, who the child or the young boy was that walked into this shit and came out the other side as your father that you recognize, than anything else you could probably ask him. Because it is a goddamn choice. And you might want to understand why he made it and what kind of man he is to make a choice like that. You might find some respect for him. To understand, no, it was never fucking easy. And there was no promise of respect and appreciation. But it is what needed to be done. Those three things. Why don't you ask them? One of them your mama should be doing. One of them your mama should be doing. The other two are for you, the children. If your mother still is with your father, she can ask him those questions too. She can cook him breakfast. But it'd be more impactful if the kids did it. And don't make them no bullshit either. Get your fucking Gordon Ramsay on and get it right. Not no slop. No. Hook that shit up like you trying to get a second date. I'm serious. It's simple shit. Fathers are simple in certain ways because men are simple in certain ways. And the simplest thing that we want is fucking respect. That's it. Respect and some peace and quiet. You can get almost anything out of a man if you can give him those two things. So that's my opening monologue. And to finish that part out, I wanted to say happy Father's Day to the men in my life on YouTube and in the real world that I respect and appreciate. And this is in no particular order. It's just going to come off the top of my dome. But happy Father's Day to the Angry Man, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, Dennis Spurley, Charles Faulkner Jr., BGS Ibmore, the Blade Master, Dr. Tiosan Johnson, Dead Set Anime, Art Newstyle. I think Matt is in here. Aquateki, Studio, Andre. Damn, it is too many of y'all to name, isn't it? Rainfire doesn't have kids. The Package Man, no one. Black Bane. Like motherfucking Bane. My son, DX. TJ, my league operator. Jason, my co-worker. Miguel, my co-worker. Ed, RIP, my old co-worker who passed, my mentor. Anthony, my homeboy from construction, from way back, my mentors. Kenny, Ron, Nelson, my cousin, my father, my brother. There are so many men in my life that I know of that deserve that respect, who are fathers, who have played fatherhood roles to people who are not them. That it's too many of them for me to think that every dude walking around here ain't no some dirty Dick Rodney or something like that. That is not the case at all. Not the case at all. I know we've went over the numbers in this space a number of times. Is that percentage of those dudes is really small, and that's a big group of women trying to jump on the same penis. But days like today, they need to get that shout out. They need to get that signal boost to understand who they are and what they do. And for me, that praise mostly, for it not to sound a little hollow in some ways, should be coming from the mothers of those children and the children themselves. And if it's not coming from them, they have a problem, because you directly benefit from whatever this man does. Us as a society benefits, because then we don't have people, tearing up shit in the streets and whatnot when you got a father involved. You can. But because you are the direct recipients to his lineage, his name, his legacy, his thought process, his interest, his lack of interest, you should be the first ones lining up to actually sing this man's praises. If you know he has been in your life and raising you, or even just financing your fucking life, you need to be singing his praises. If he gave you a healthy child that you can stand up and applaud when he playing sports or dancing or look cute for prom or some shit like that, you need to be singing his motherfucking praises. Because you could have not had that at all. Or it could have been that other nigga's baby that you didn't want to have. Could be the Kurt motherfucker, baby, who you sucking down all his seeds. I'll give him a baby. Why not? Yeah, this nigga, you ain't with a baby. Understand, if Understand, gentlemen, if they gave you a baby, they had a baby that you didn't even want. That means you value your seed more than you do. So it don't matter what the fuck she say after that. It don't matter who the hell she fuck with. Because if she ain't running around having a bunch of babies by them niggas, you was the cream of the crop. Which shout out to Kevin Samuels. He proved it. You are the top. She gave you the biggest gift. You were the biggest gift to her, obviously. You were her white whale. You are the standard bearer. Everybody else after you is not. They're the substitutes. And that's probably why she don't give them babies. She fine with fucking them, but they can't stand up here though. They can't stand on this podium. So get over it. That's it. That's my hour of talking about that shit. I guess I can get into some other more important, impotent bullshit. I sent out some text messages. I think I got a bunch of them back. I don't think I'll read them to you. My son sent me a picture. My son and my little ginger bean. You see that? My son woke up with his daughter laying next to him in the bed. I guess he didn't know she was there. What is she kicking him in the back? A little rainbow. No, my brother said he loved me. Yeah. He might make me cry today. I told my brother I loved him. He's doing a great job. With his son, after all that bullshit he went through. Here's a father really having it his way. My friend, lady, her husband, the only man I know of having it his way. That he could have a threesome for Father's Day and his wife wouldn't give a shit. She would arrange that shit for him. For Father's Day. Why not? Because they both fucking grown ups. And she's happy to have her two children and her husband. If you want that shit, you can have it. I don't care. As long as you marry, what the fuck do it matter? Priorities. Can't help but smile. Can't help but smile texting him. My daughter-in-law. I'm asking her if she set up that picture or not. I don't know if she set up the picture or not. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and I can tell you, well, I'll turn down the light on this camera. The other song I played, Doing My Best, by what's this cat's name? Not that one. Dempsey Roll Boy. That is a father's plight. That is a marginalized father's plight. Suicide can be high for them. And it usually comes from being unappreciated. Just saying. If you need your mental health moment. The jury's still out on if the grandbaby put her feet in my son's back, because that was kind of something his little cold-footed ass would do. Little shit. Him and his sister, man. His sister with that XYZ position, but his little ass would have the cold feet in your back, like, Negro, what? So I'm just seeing if it paid itself back, if karma caught up to his ass. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so moving on. What do y'all want to talk about today? I have very few things on this list for today, but I thought I would leave it open for you guys to talk about because it is Father's Day. You don't have to be here. I don't necessarily have to be here either. I can clean my house. I can go outside and touch some grass, get some vitamin E, take a breath as a free heterosexual man, and see where the day takes me. Or I can be here talking to you guys, seeing what geek shit y'all want to get into. What I will say is, it's time. So she didn't put the feet in the back. Okay. Probably didn't want to wake them up. I can say that in the life area of this stream, RIP to Ananda Lewis. RIP to Ananda Lewis. I heard she passed. I do remember her on MTV. I didn't like her take sometimes on things. I didn't. She sounded really a lot like she had a fucking attitude on some shit. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it doesn't matter now, obviously. But I thought she was older than she was. We're the same age. So I thought she was older than she was. Breast cancer is not fun in the least bit. I'd say it's a little worse than prostate cancer, which one of my relatives, my close relatives, just got diagnosed and dealing with that. The second one in the last 2 years. So all those C's, breast, prostate, colon, this is the age range for that shit. Just start yeeting folks up out of here. So it's humbling in a sense. Humbling. I'm sad to see her go like that. One of the articles that I was reading, or the little blurb, said that she was refusing medical care for cancer. I'm like, why? Why would you not do that? That is a choice, but I'm not sure why you would do that. I'd have to read more into it to find out why, because that just sounds challenging, to say the least, to me. But yeah, I don't think that's the way to go for my money. Could say I was more of a Tabitha Soren fan and Serena Altschultz than Ananda Lewis. She seemed like she had an attitude to me, like she didn't really like the black folks, no matter what she looked like. That's what it seemed like to me. So I don't know. Between Ananda and Chili, who would you choose? Chili. I think Chili is kind of crazy too. But she ain't burned down nobody's house. But she got a mouth on her. Have I heard Will Smith's new song? No, I have not heard Will Smith's new song. I saw it show up on my feed, but I have not. Oh my fucking god! I hate when they just start up. I don't want to watch that one yet. Let's see, Will Smith. Excuse me. What's the name of the song, Herb? Oh, Pretty Girls. Yeah, 2 days ago. I had to listen to this later. I will say this though. I have no doubt at Will Smith being able to make a good song. I've been rocking with Will Smith since Rock the House. If you know, you know. But I've been rocking with Will Smith since Rock the House. He can do a good song. He's giving you hip hop classics. I don't see what the big deal is, personally. And every once in a while, he will go back and do a song. I was more impressed with him doing the track with Joyner Lucas and him adding a verse to Joyner Lucas' song, which Will was snapping off. Like, damn, he can hang with the new cats because they don't fucking rap. Or since they trash. He can hang with the new cats right now. At 50, damn near 60 something years old. Can still go. So I don't doubt Will in being able to make a good song. I don't have any doubt for him at that. I know he's gonna have to do something because they really don't want him to have a career anymore. I really don't. So you're gonna be working and pivoting to try to keep, that alive. Still say he needs to just start doing villain movies. Just straight up villains. And I thought that he had never done villains before. Then I really had to think about it. It's like, no, he played Deadshot. Deadshot was a villain. He wasn't a classically just bad dude, but he was a villain. Hancock wasn't necessarily a good guy. He wasn't necessarily a villain either. He was more of an anti-hero. But yeah, he has some problems. And then people have gotten on board with figuring out his scene in The Winter's Tale, like they ever watched that goddamn movie. Like, oh, look, he played the devil. You're welcome. You're welcome. Beyond that, no. He needs to just play some straight up villains. Maybe they'll give you another Oscar. Like Denzel. You need your Alonzo, your training day role where you can just be objectively just an asshole. And pour that same level of commitment into giving uplifting characters into that. Because trust, Denzel is a hell of an actor. He didn't get no love at the Oscars until he did Lonzo, Training Day. He had been given uplifting roles for black male actors for a while. No dresses, no lipstick, no gay shit. Then he give him no nods until he played an absolute stereotype. It made it believable. In the hood. Then they gave him an Oscar. So there is a roadmap there, in a sense. You might as well get to it. Stop looking at this shit over here. Okay. So that was the pick. To Tree of Chile. Chile. Ananda was attractive. I'm never saying she wasn't attractive. I just thought she seemed like she liked them dudes. Low key disrespectful. That's just my impression. I grew up on MTV, so I was watching all them VJs come through there. I had a better, put it this way, I had a better impression of Free on BET than Ananda on MTV. Put it that way. Free seemed cool. Seemed cool as shit. Ananda sound looking down her nose at motherfuckers. In the wrong place. In the wrong place. I don't know what you on, but they must be sniffing that high grade helium. She squished him. So, like, share, subscribe, sports stream if you feel so inclined. Let's get this over with. I'll drop the link in there. I said my piece about Ananda. Rest in peace to her. But I know it can be rough. I'm still trying to figure out. It's like the second celebrity within 2 years. Like Olivia Munn was diagnosed with breast cancer recently. Had to go through her little surgery. Ananda just died of breast cancer. And this is just me, how my brain works, trying to pick out patterns and stuff like that. It's like, these are little breasted women. How do you get breast cancer as a little breasted woman? Because I would assume it's probably just because of my assumption. I would assume that bigger breasted women had a bigger chance of breast cancer than small breasted ones. I wonder why that is. I'm curious why that is, that it's usually smaller breasted women. Because you see these like porn stars and strippers and shit like that who get these quadruple D's and shit like that. You never hear about them having breast cancer. You don't. It's always a small booby woman, which makes it curious to me why. Because I can't say for Ananda and Olivia that, I don't know how they fucking eat, but they don't seem like they were the picture of unhealthy eating ass motherfuckers. It seemed like they were the picture of people who ate very healthy because they were really thin. So my brain tries to figure out this problem of why it seems like it's prevalent in them. Breast cancer is prevalent in them. And they're young, relatively very young. It's curious to me. It's really curious to me. I guess I found something I can do some research on, just to see if I can find an answer for myself, because that's how things work with me. I'll find my own fucking answers and come to my own conclusions. I don't have to be led to it or told it. Have it pantomime to me. What's good, Malaki said peace again. Peace, peace. So, the other thing that's going on in the world is I have not been watching the news. I don't spend a lot of time watching the news. What up, JT? Happy Father's Day to your daddy. Because you are a good son. I appreciate his product. Your son is awesome. So you're obviously an awesome father. Props to you, older equalizer. um, yes, LA is in some turmoil. I do not live in LA. And I've not heard from a lot of people in LA about the shit that's going on down there. Even though I know a few of them, I haven't asked them how they are and how they're dealing with that shit, because I haven't been watching the news. So I heard about that shit kind of late. And then when I did hear the news about what people in LA were rioting, having a fit about, I really thought, are you serious? It can sound insensitive as fuck, but how's tearing up your neighborhood is gonna stop that shit? I made a joke to somebody else is that I don't do opportunistic protest. Meaning, I don't respect protest that ends up breaking into stores and stealing shit when nothing you protesting about has anything to do with that. Those are opportunistic fucking protesters just trying to get some free shit. And that's what gives protesting a bad name. That's why I figure this marching and shit in the streets is pointless nowadays. It's stupid. Because it always leads to the same things, the same scenes. And I'm kind of an old fucker. I've seen this a few fucking times now in life. And this ain't the first time for LA. So my little bit of understanding about the situation is that people are really upset about ICE rolling in and dragging people out of here who are illegals because they have jobs and families and shit like that, and they're not causing any harm to anybody, and they're not taking anything away from anybody. They're just good people. Okay. But it's still illegals, right? Hmm. And I heard the other cross complaint that they're not illegals, they're just regular people. And how are they on the ICE list? You've been following this shit, JT? You can come up and explain it to me because I'm not going to say I know everything about it. I've just told you. I have not been watching the news. I do not spend a lot of time sucking down news. Not like that. Just watching the report because it's usually slanted biased bullshit. It is. But the main points, the truth is what comes out of there. If you go to a couple of different areas, you'll get the main points out of there, right? There's some points that they can't fudge a lot because it has to. Those are the kernels of truth that you have to build this bullshit on. Those commonalities within so many articles gives you the main point of it. For me, you can see it as an overreach in the government. You can throw it at the feet of the president. You can do a lot of shit that's politically motivated, which seems like all this shit is. But at the end of the day, if I was an illegal alien to another country, no matter how many routes I set, if that said government decided to start pulling people like me out of their fucking country, I don't get to protest in the street about it. Too fucking bad. And I just say, if I was in Japan, I got to Japan illegally. Shouldn't be hard to find my black ass. I got a Japanese wife. I got mixed black and Japanese kids. And I've been living here and I speak Japanese, writing the kanji, all that shit for the last 15 years or so. And the Japanese government decided, round eye, go home and start rounding me up. I don't necessarily get to protest in the streets about that shit and start tearing up their country or one of their cities because I don't like it. I just don't think that would be the move. I think if I was really interested in staying here and what I had here, I'd go through the process to make that shit legal so they couldn't kick me out. Lawmakers were assassinated too. See, this is political shit. That's all it is. Folks who have been going through the proper steps are even disappearing. It's a coordinated attack on brown folks. National Guard deployed. Trump and Newsom got into it. Well, Trump is going to get into it with Newsom. Newsom's good dumbass anyway. I don't know why he believes he needs to be president ever in life. Governor needs to be his last stop on the political train. I'm serious. He is fucking shit. Pretty boy ass. Go model some underwear or something. National Guard was deployed. I heard the Marines were coming in. I'm like, you don't put the Marines on our soil. That is not the cuddle squad. That is not the cuddle squad. Nigga. No. You know how the fire department is the first responders and paramedics are first responders when something just went haywire? You bring them in to calm shit down. Marines are not those type of first responders. You got some shit popping off somewhere, the first people there with boots on the ground is Marines, nigga. They're not coming there to cuddle. They're not coming there with pepper spray and harsh language. Oh no, nigga, that is not the first people you want to see. They're not trained for that shit. They not there for police actions. They is for actions. Stupid. But you acting a fool, you gonna get control of some shit. That's for damn sure. Montana lawmakers were assassinated too. Who's killing lawmakers, you dumb fucks? Who's killing lawmakers? Some opportunistic motherfucker. Montana, Minnesota. You got to put M-in. M-I-N. A Minnesota lawmaker. For what? For what? I didn't think people in Minnesota got down like that. You know, Prince and everything else up there. Is it too cold for that shit? Stupid facts. They come to chew bubble gum and kick ass. They are out of bubble gum. Yeah, they is all out of bubble gum, nigga. You don't even like that shit. Marines are not there to play with you. Any hot spot in the world, war zone, Marines is your first responders. You putting them on our streets domestically? Somebody gonna get fucked up. I'm sorry. If you want a police action, send the National Guard. You know, your weekend warriors, the people that are there a couple weeks out the month, but carry on regular life shit, you send them. They can do your police action shit with the fatigues and everything else. You send in the damn Marines, ouch. Look, I'm not blaming the Marines. I'm just saying it sounds like you want some dead civilians. That's what it sounds like to me. Because that is not the peacekeeping force. No. That is not their training. Why don't you just send in drone strikes while you at it? Dumb fucks. Whatever, man. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Oh. Look who piped up. Talking about mouth cuddles. Because certain non-melanated folks don't want us resisting the God Emperor. Psst, I ain't never said none of that shit. And I don't think of them like that. They want a civil war? Because I saw that shitty ass Civil War movie. It was stupid. So Hollywood trying to push everybody in that direction. Everybody keep talking this shit about Trump being a dictator and all the rest of that goddamn shit. Didn't he get elected? Didn't he get elected? Yeah, I know you don't like the shit, but it happened. Just like that last goofy ass bastard that was sitting in the seat got elected. And we knew for the remainder of his term, he ain't even had his whole fucking brain. I heard somebody making a parallel that the shit that's happening in LA is the same as that January 6th shit. Well, what lawmakers got killed on January 6th? You just mad because they walked into the Capitol. Well, that's our building, motherfucker. You renting space. You don't own it. And since I didn't see that motherfucker burning down, I guess everything worked itself out, didn't it? I'm really, I don't really don't understand why people are even choosing sides really in this political bullshit. I really don't understand that shit at all because they both full of shit. They are both full of shit and fucking you over at the same time, finger cuffing you from the front and the back, the one you can see and the one you can't see. I don't know why you picking sides in that shit like that, and not as a populist being on your side. Gavin Newsom sucks for California. I couldn't trust or respect anything this motherfucker had to say. And he's been sucking for a while. Trump's claim to fame outside of being president twice over is a reality star. Well, you voted for that motherfucker. You not expecting some reality show shit? You didn't think he was gonna hold a grudge against these motherfuckers who was trying to ruin his fucking life? You dumb for thinking that. Should have left that motherfucker alone. Brown folks getting a rundown. I don't think it's just brown folks. And the reason I say that is because I'm not one who used that people of color bullshit. Because I don't like everybody trying to run under the black folks' tent for protection. So I'm not looking at it as just brown folks. Fuck you. Where they from? Because the actual brown folks in this country are the ones who get shit on the most. You know, them foundational blocks of this bitch. So I don't let everybody under the banner for me. Everybody else got somewhere they can go back to. That can sound insensitive as shit. I realize that. It can. But this is what it is for me here. This is the country I can go back to. And all of it is filtering these folks at the bottom who I can see visually in California take jobs from black folks, get black folks fired off of jobs to filter in all their cousins and family and shit like that. And it's all just considered okay is bullshit. I am working class. I'm not 1% upper crust, white collar, none of that bullshit. So I've been on jobs with a bunch of fucking illegals and seen my trade ruined because they flood the trades with them motherfuckers. I know they shouldn't be here. So why is this okay? I know there's a shitload of brothers that look like me sitting in the union hall that can't get fucking work because the goddamn contractors in the union is working together to filter these motherfuckers onto the job. I know they were taking carpenter work because they would do it under the table for a little cheaper than what the going rate is for this raise, for this job, for this position, undermining your union. I've seen that shit too. So you can't throw this shit up to me like it's always about brown people. It ain't about fucking brown people, okay? I couldn't do that shit in a country. Couldn't. And would not be supported trying it, nigga. So no, in this sense, everybody ain't fucking brown. And Latinos are mad at black folks that aren't standing in solidarity and protesting like we told y'all, and why I gotta be us. Ask Asians to help. Really? Really? I would really wonder which of these Latinos is the one talking about us not standing in solidarity with them. I told y'all before, every culture, damn near every culture on this planet has an issue with anybody who's darker than them, even within their own group. I was joking about this the other day in conversation with old doctor over there, Dr. Rosie over there, about brown skinned Latinos in a Latino family, what they look like, what they are treated like. They're treated like niggas. It's not okay to be a browned Latino. No. Some Latino families you can't even show up as a nigga dating one of their daughters or something. No, you can't. So what do you mean solidarity? Y'all don't like the brown looking folks in your own culture. The fuck you talking about solidarity? Hmm. Look, I don't have any solidarity with somebody who can actually get me fired off a job for doing nothing except my job. I have no solidarity with somebody who can keep my friend from being able to feed his fucking family because they had made some side deal with this white boy to bring two of them on and kick him off. I have no solidarity with people who will be racist as fuck to me in my face. And because they don't think I understand Spanish, can hear the shit they calling me in their language on the sneak diss. Nigga, I heard that. I understand. I don't have to speak it to understand it. Fuck you and your mama. No, like I said, everybody want to run under the brown folks, black folks banner when it's convenient for their ass. So no, close the tent because y'all ain't jumping up in no solidarity when shit happening bad for black folks. Unless you can get some free shit out of it in an opportunistic protest. Since it's Father's Day, why don't you folks who game the system on black folks shit, suck a dick and show some appreciation for them black folks' shoulders you standing on when you trying to get your benefits. Oh, look, the black folk did it. I need my rights too. Why don't you go do that shit in your country then? Since it's so corrupt and so fucked up, why don't you revolt over there and fix that shit? How about that? Why are you being such fucking cowards and just running away? Oh, because they system don't give you the ability to act the goddamn fool there with nothing, with no stakes, huh? Gotcha. You might actually get your ass killed, huh? Disappeared into the desert and buried. Huh. Hmm. Gotcha. So it's okay to do that shit here. You want loyalty? Show some. But don't ask for something that you don't give. And my Latino friends know I'm not talking about them. But you opportunistic motherfuckers, do it legally. I'm not for people in the process doing that shit legally, getting rounded up and carted the fuck out of here. That's fucked up. But I think we should be able to work that shit out a little bit quicker since they already got paperwork in the process, right? It seems like that can get resolved pretty quick. The rest of you motherfuckers, yeah, you gonna tank whole economies? Should have been built on that shit anyway. It should not have been built on that shit anyway. Can't do this because who's gonna do all this stuff? And who's gonna do all that? You lazy motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? All the unemployment we got, you worried about taking illegal people out of jobs. Fucking hell, this is this. There's sometimes I'm happy that I will not live forever. There are sometimes I'm happy that I will not live forever because I will not have to see this dumb shit forever. Eventually, it will end for me. And like Ananda, I'll be past caring about this shit because it's just going to be stupid. This is that was my first job. All the morning crews were illegals using fake social security numbers to clock in. And when I tried to move to that shift, they made excuses as to why I couldn't. This is why I can't trust a lot of the people I fucking work with. And yes, they all brown skinned it. But as opposed to what Charles thinks, I'm the darkest motherfucker there. So they all got their own, internal math of how they want the numbers stacked on their side and who needs to go. It ain't them. So I don't want to hear that brown shit, that brown loyalty shit. Fuck you. There is none. The only brown loyalty I see is between y'all motherfuckers together with you who come from your country. That's it. While you in my country. That's your loyalty. My brother ain't the only black dude in his position, not having a bunch of brown-skinned Filipinos trying to get him out of his. So you can't talk that shit to me. I've seen it on the ground level, nigga. That's why I'll cruise to buy a Home Depot and not give anybody a dime. I'm not picking up no work, nigga. Go to a union hall. Because your ass out here undermines my work, undermines the money I need to make to live here. I don't get to get this shit stretching further somewhere else. I got to spend it right. I got to earn it right here. I got to spend it right here. And your ass is diluting the pool for my money. Because even at less than what I'm supposed to be getting for where I'm at. It's a shitload more money where you come from. Why do I give a fuck? It's not a shitload here. And you're suppressing my fucking wages with that shit. I would like to have my hacienda here. If you don't mind. Yeah, I'll go violent revolt in your country. How about that shit? Yeah, skinned. Yeah, I said it. Mark it down. It's a word. All you gotta do is show it love. According to Aaron McKee, editor of the Oxford English Dictionary. It's a verb, nigga. Show us some love. It'll be a word in the dictionary. So I don't like the protests. And since they out there protesting, and this is what they're protesting about, as I understand it, it makes it very easy to pick these motherfuckers out. Should be. And as I heard one commenter talking about that most of these people doing the protests is American Mexicans who was lucky enough to be born on this side of the border. So what is you upset about, Nathaniel? Cheap labor is capitalism, nigga. That's all it is. I don't have to like it, but I understand it. In the construction trade, I can either pay this motherfucker that lives down the street from this job site $60 an hour to build this house, or I can get Jesus and Juan, pay them $25 a piece, and pocket the other 10 and pay them to build this house. It's simple fucking economics. It's more money going back to the contractor. It's more money that makes your bottom line smaller. So you get to be more in profit. It's not slavery because these motherfuckers are paid. It can only be slavery if you're not paid. Go to any kitchen in California, especially in Southern California, and ask these motherfuckers how much they're getting paid. Even if it's below minimum wage, it's not slavery because you're getting paid. Slaves don't get paid. So I absolutely resent the parallel. It's not slavery. I used to hear that shit when I worked at a big box company and I was a supervisor. And I got one of my staff members coming up talking about this is slavery because he had to sort through these parts. This is slavery. Slavery, nigga. What? Who woke you up this morning? How did you get here to work? What clothes are you wearing? Are those Jordans? It's 2 days before payday. Are you expecting a check? But you think it's slavery because you had to sort through these nuts and bolts. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up, get to work or go the fuck home. Slavery. Nigga, who got you chained up in this bitch? You can walk out this door right now. Nobody's going to chase you with dogs or nothing like that to bring your ass back. Y'all need to stop disrespecting slavery like that. Because that's not what the fuck it was. Soft asses. Yes, absolutely, Swift. Why am I watching stuff like I was watching at work this week? I was watching This Old House. And Bob Vila is not on there anymore. That show is in its 38th season. Do the math on that. 38th season. They got 3 white boys on there with beards. I guess being the masters of something, talking about how they renovating this house in Rhode Island. And one of the things that they were doing was trying to get young people into the trade again. And the 2 people they had up there was some black folks. A young black man and a young black butch woman. And having them talk about why they would want to be in the trades and stuff. And this is their initiative that they're doing to get black folks back into the trades. Well, where are they? Black folks has kind of always been in the trade. If they wasn't the farm tool, they were in the trades. Where they at? Where'd they go? Well, they didn't go anywhere. They got pushed out of most of these trades because you flooded them with illegals. Namely, for some Southern Latino cultures and countries. You know where I learned all my clever Spanish black folk insults and shit like that, working with them motherfuckers. Not from my Latino friends who was born here in America. No, from the motherfuckers that came from over the border who don't understand. It's a nigga that can do math. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Your name is Antonio? Why is that? Nigga, because it's a name. What are you talking about? Yeah, Song of the South. Slavery was fun, y'all. You know, slavery was not fun. And you were not paid for that shit. Talking that dumb shit. You can't look, I don't have no impassioned, heartfelt pleas about that kind of shit. I don't. There's very little I can listen to on that shit because I've been too close to it to have you blowing smoke on my ass about, oh, it's just this and that's just. Look, man, even in the nursery world of plants, it's a lot of illegals there too. Shitloads of them. You know how I know? Because I worked at a plant nursery. And every nursery we went to had a bunch of goddamn illegals. Yes, they was nice dudes. Yes, they was nice women who did good work on these plants and shit like that. But they illegal as fuck. And they ain't doing slavery. It's hard work, but they're being paid for it, aren't they? And for every one of them I saw, I knew that there was somebody in that community that couldn't get a goddamn job there because the owner was more comfortable hiring this fucking illegal than hiring somebody who works here and needs a job. Oh, we should be getting paid more. No, you shouldn't be. You're lucky you're getting paid at all. You know why? Because you're fucking illegal. If it's not a bad thing, why don't you get an illegal union together and then everybody in the union can be illegal and then you can ask for higher wages. But if you agreed to work for this $10 an hour, shut the fuck up and work for $10 an hour. But since you use us so much, we need to be getting paid more than that. Nigga, you need to be illegal. Talking that dumb shit. You came to me under the table. If you want to jump on top of the table, then get your paperwork done. You can't read? You got kids? They can't translate it for you? We got a whole bitch in an Ivy League school who can't read a lick. And I guess doing her papers through phone dictation. Ask BGS. What's your excuse? None. The excuse is it's easier to game the system than play within it. Why should I have to play in this system? Fuck that. I can just get over this way. It ain't stopping you from having shit. Homes, businesses, jobs, bank accounts, driving cars, all kind of shit. This is California, nigga. I'm seeing it. They ain't stopping them from having shit. Illegal or otherwise, because America is not racist. They just only like green. That's it. That is your race. That is your social class. If you got it or you don't. You either got green or you don't got green. Because all the people living in tents and shit like that all over these cities around here don't got enough of that green. Don't matter if they brown, white, whatever the fuck. It don't matter. They threw them away the same way. But if you got some green, one of you, 5 of you, you can buy houses and have all of this shit, illegal or not. Because somebody who is legal will help you get around all that touchy paperwork shit. If the green right. From all those low wage, under the table jobs, you know. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. There is no hearts and flowers, nigga. Talk that dumb shit all you want to. I'm too close to it to be sitting here letting you. What? The fuck out of here. Money talks, everything else walks. Yes. And that's the way it's always been. Trust and believe, if these motherfuckers could have your ass working under the table, they would. But the only difference is they have more loyalty to their fucking culture than you fucking Americans do. Because they wouldn't hire your ass. Under the table or otherwise. And if they did, they would treat you like shit. Because you ain't them. Ask me how I know. And you think I'm fucked up? Ask some Latino person, if you know any, in California, who legal and all the rest of that shit, how they feel about it. They get pissier than I do. The first time I heard the term wetback wasn't from black folks saying it. It was from Latino folks saying it about other Latinos that came across the border illegally. That's where I learned it from. I didn't learn it from black folks. They got a disdain for that shit the same way. So I don't want to hear it. Act the fool all you want to on TV. Let a Marine kick your ass in the side of the forehead for that dumb shit. And all you politicians trying to suck some illegal dick to try to bolster your position, you full of shit too. Because I know goddamn well you don't care at all. You just thinking this is where the wind is blowing right now. You need to be on their side. Because they can probably get you in office, which means why the fuck are illegals voting? Why are you pandering to an illegal base? They're not citizens, right? So they shouldn't be voting. They help the economy. Huh? The fuck did you say? You're in support of this shit? Huh. Do we got a recall petition? Is there a vote coming up soon? Because I'm not saying no names, but this motherfucker need to go somewhere. Get promoted to a citizen again. Anyway, that's my hour's worth of bullshit on that. Thanks for that, JT. Look, it's just my opinion. I've seen some of life that some people might not have seen. I've been in some conversations and have some experiences some people might not have. So you ain't got to listen to me. You ain't got to appreciate what the fuck I said at all. But understand my experience on this is completely different. And I'm in California. No, I don't support all of that shit. I don't. And the more you support it, the more you tell me you don't give a fuck about people who are here. That's problematic to me. Yeah, exactly, Beasley. What, you in Texas? These border states? Yeah, we know. We know. I'm surprised when I see Latinos filtered all through this country. It's like, wow. We are one people. Okay. I can buy that if everybody play along. But I'm not gonna be the only one playing along while everybody else is not. We are people. We are people. Oh, well, so are we. Go fix your country. Just saying. Your perspective is appreciated. I know your background. I've actually been placing Latinos in trades at my job. Yeah. I told you when I left construction for like 5 years. And I say construction, I mean union construction. I left union construction for 5 years, right? 2008 on. When I left union construction, it was mostly, let's say 60-40 white boys, black folks, black males. Within a 5 year time, by the time I came back, it was only 90% Latino, maybe 10% black and white folks in 5 years' time in the same city. They flooded these motherfuckers in there. And because it's a union job, you can't pay people under the table. You have to pay them union wages. So even though we knew they were illegal, how are they getting these jobs? Well, like JT was saying, somebody stole a social security number. So some American out there is having their social security number used by some motherfucker on some job site somewhere. Understand how fucked up that is for the person whose social security number they're using. It's not just them using it, it's the person who sold it to them, the person who's taking it at the company and running that shit through. Yeah, a whole ecosystem. Using your name, using your driver's license. That's the reason why you have to hold on to that shit so tightly here in Cali. Because somebody will be stealing that shit to use it for some illegal. Nigga, I got tickets. I ain't never been to El Paso. Who the fuck using my name? It's your driver's license number and your social security. I've never been to El Paso, bitch. So I've seen it in a 5 years' time, how that changed up. And how many people were involved in doing this shit knowingly. So, like I said, don't talk that dumb shit to me. That shit is wrong on multiple fucking levels and being supported on multiple fucking levels. Why am I not working in the trades right now? You ever ask yourself that question? I am, like I've told you, a journeyman carpenter from a local union. Hey, I'll see you in a minute. Oh shit, my boy Peppers. I'll say pep in a minute. So no, my perspective is just it's just a bit different. You can see it as being isolated if you want to, but it's just a bit different. Different feel of this shit. It don't mean I hate Latinos, none of that shit. It doesn't. I don't like a lot of illegality, period. It goes against my integrity, especially when it undermines regular decent people trying to make a living in this world. Do I do I have any qualm for people breaking the law's plight? Why should I? I'm not doing that shit. And if it's keeping people who are not breaking the damn law from having what they should actually be able to have in their own fucking life, why do I care? I'm like Batman in this shit, man. There's a certain level of crime I can tolerate, and some of this shit is just too much. Too the fuck much. But every time you want to be upset about trying to stamp this shit out, you start squawking and complaining, the hit dog hollering, raise your hand high so we can recognize who the fuck you are. And we can take steps to make sure your ass ain't in your positions no more. Raise it high. Support whatever the fuck you want to. Just make sure you raise your hand high so we understand who we dealing with. That is an economy unto itself, but it's an economy undermining our main economy. Motherfuckers wasn't so goddamn selfish and not wanting to pay somebody a decent wage, you wouldn't have to hire all these illegals. You wouldn't have an excuse to. It costs too much. I can't have all these, black folks and brown folks in these chicken producing plants. It costs too much. I'd blow my budget. No, you just charge more for chicken. I was joking about this with my mother yesterday about her Wi-Fi was acting up because she got a lot of this smart home shit, right? And so she had to get on the phone and talk to somebody about it, try to fix it. And she dealing with some AI shit. Not even a person. She dealing with AI. And I was joking with her about the fact that, yeah, you paying for this AI. And she's like, yep, it's a job that a person wouldn't do. I said, not necessarily. It's a job that's supposed to be, they eliminated so they can give you AI because AI is supposed to be cheaper because it can work all day and not have to take a break and go home and need vacation time or maternity leave or none of that shit. But they charge you more money on top of it. So it's not a benefit necessarily. It's coming with a premium. You're paying more money for less people involved in the process. Isn't that lovely? This is me just pointing out the fallacy of this shit. It's not saving you money. No, they just fired a person to give you this AI who you still need to have a person to talk to fix this simple shit. And then they just charge you more money on top of it. No, fuck them. It's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. If you want to pay people a decent wage in one of these plants or shit, you can hire local people. Pay them their decent wage for their area. And I guess you just mark up your prices on your other shit. You're going to do it anyway. If you can figure out how to squeeze more money out of a person, you'll do it anyway. Because trust me, if all these people in this plant is making shit money, like not minimum wage or lower than minimum wage and shit, then why hasn't the prices on your products gone down? That means you're making a shitload more money, nigga. Stop playing. You making profit. And they're not slaves because they get to show up at the scheduled time, and they get to leave at the scheduled time. And at the end of a 2-week period or a 1-week period, you pay them actual money. And they don't have to spend it just in your stores. No wooden nickels, nigga. No plantation dollars. No, you give them actual cash. Can't consider that slavery. Can't. And I don't think they have a right to complain about that shit because they took that fucking job and agreed to those wages. Given they know their status. Shut the fuck up. What up, Rainfire? What up, 3000 GT? Anyway, I thought I put the link in there. Link is in the chat if you want to come up and bat some of this shit around. We got another hour, I believe. But yeah, I've seen some of the shit in LA. I don't know the full scope of it. And maybe if I get the full scope of it, maybe my opinion will change a little bit on some things. On some things. Not everything. That main point of everybody don't get to get under the black tent. And you don't get to call black folks, pull blackness on like a coat to protect yourself every once in a while. Fuck you. No. You want solidarity? Bullshit. You don't. You want superiority. So quit it. Stop thinking black folks need to be beating the drums for everybody else. Don't beat the drums for us at all. To get by on our struggles. To profit off of our struggle. Sorry. Not hearing that shit. On to some geek shit. On to some geek shit. Or let's shut the shit down because I'm feeling kind of bored now, actually. So I'll let y'all get it together. I already put the link in there in the chat. It's a few people in here. I am going to go refill my coffee cup. And maybe you guys will be talkative by the time I get back. Otherwise, I will shut the shit down and go on with my day. So I will be... I'll give you the 2-minute version. I'm going to get a copyright today anyway. Be right back. Well, that would have been the weakest coffee known to man. All that rushing, I forgot to change the K cup. That motherfucker just ran through there, looked like fucking tea. Like, that's not coffee. That's, fuck. When the immigrants are gone, do you think the farmland owners will hire people at a proper wage, or will they stick to that $11 per hour shit? They will stick to whatever people will show up to work for. They will. Look, this is my understanding on that shit. If you want somebody to be out in your farm picking asparagus or fucking artichokes or whatever the fuck, and it's hard back-breaking labor, and if you offer $11 an hour and you can't get anybody to take that shit, then what do you have to do as a farm owner? You have to raise the price. You do. You have to, in fact, go up in your wage to make it more enticing. But if you get a slew of people showing up for $11 an hour and they'll take it and do that work for $11 an hour, it's not slavery. It's not a living wage, but they showed up for it. It's just a job. It's just a job. It's not a career path. It's a job. That is what is supported. Plain and simple. And you can see this in effect, right? If it wasn't so many people trying to flood in there for that shit, you wouldn't be able to keep the wages that damn low. When you go to more wealthy neighborhoods, Herb, you might find a fast food restaurant or something like that, a Taco Bell or some shit like that. What do you always notice? I can tell you what I notice. I always notice that they're hiring. Even with kids in the neighborhood, they're always hiring because they can't get people to fill that job. And they pay more money than you would get from somebody in the hood working that same fucking job. They're offering more money. You know why? Because everybody ain't in there to do that shit. They can't get anybody in there to do it. So they actually keep trying to increase the amount of money that they offer to incentivize people to come in and do it. Who ever heard of somebody working at Taco Bell making 20 something dollars an hour and still can't fill the position? Still can't fill them. You know why? Because the kids in that neighborhood don't see that $20 as being shit. It's not that teenagers don't need fucking jobs. It's just the teenagers in that area don't need that shit. You ain't offering enough to entice me to do this shit. So, if you got rid of illegals on them farms, I guess farmers would have to pay people more money. Yes, their product might have to go up in price. And their bottom line or their margin is a little smaller, but that's business, bitch. That's how that shit works. Construction, you can get underbid on jobs all day long for the simple fact that one contractor is able to use illegal workers and pay them less than you have to pay your actual workers who live here. Your actual legal workers, union workers, maybe they need $30 an hour. This motherfucker went and got a 6-pack of Mexicans down at the Home Depot and he paying them $10-15 a piece. He just outbid you for a job and made more profit. If there's no illegals there for him to hire, what does that mean? He got to get on the same playing field with your ass and do shit, by the book. Right. Offer better quality or do a better bid to figure out how do we make this enticing to the person who's going to pay me. Because make no mistake about it, he's still going to charge you the same money that other motherfucker was going to charge. He's going to try to get that from you. He just put more of it back in his pocket because he ain't paying his workers shit. That's profit to him. being greedy and fucking lazy. And an independent contractor like my black ass would end up losing a bid because of that shit. Because I'm trying to pay people what the going rate is. This motherfucker is going to get over paying people less than the going rate. And he ain't got no shortage of motherfuckers showing up to get that cheaper rate. Oh, but they do better quality from where they're from. Then why ain't they there doing the shit? Yeah, 6 pack of Mexicans. I just heard a story yesterday. I did some work for my league operator, and he was talking about this woman because he does real estate. He helped this woman move down to LA from Sacramento area down to LA. He helped her move. All this shit she had. This is a woman, white woman. When she got down to LA, she paid like 4 or 5 dudes $50 to unload all of this shit for her. $50. Like 4 dudes, 4 Latino dudes. For like, what do you say, 3, 4 hours worth of work? Do you think she paid them going rate for unloading a fucking truck full of shit for her? Or did this bitch get over and throw them pennies? Was that fair? She could have paid them decently. She didn't want to. She wanted a bargain. And the motherfuckers took it. Because a little bit of money in hand was better than no money in hand. And then they could talk shit about her while they gone off and got their couple bucks a piece and some beer. In that situation, I had disdain for the woman. Not because she's a woman. Because she doesn't value the work that these motherfuckers is going to do enough to pay them anything more than $50 for the 4 of them and some beer. She don't value their work, their effort, their labor any more than that. And she could have paid them more than that. But at the same time, they don't value themselves more than that because they took that shit. Hell yeah, I got coffee and cookies. I'm good. If I've insulted enough people yet. Fracture say, I'm so out of touch with geek shit now. The new Super trailer was kind of cool. I haven't even seen it. There's 2 trailers I have on my list that I wanted to go over with y'all. And this first one, oh shit. I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure if I went over this one with you guys. Mm-mm. Tasty. Let's see. Fair use, fair use. I'll cut it out later, YouTube, since you don't want to monetize shit. See if you've seen this trailer before.
They're going to be doing backflips to get you to John.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Either's fine.
Can you tell us a little about your skills?
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world.
The mic is off?
Yeah. I am also...
Anybody looking for this show to come back? I am. I actually liked the first season of Peacemaker. It turned out to be pretty good. John Cena was actually acting better than he acting in the wrestling ring right now. I'm interested to see it.
Proficient in hand-to-hand combat.
How many more of these do we have today?
Is that popcorn still here?
You love popcorn.
My buzz is getting really big lately, so.
I have a variety of helmets.
This guy sucks.
Excuse me? Am I supposed to be able to hear you guys?
Excuse me?
You were talking about your butt and stuff. And also you said that I suck.
Now, I got Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner, Spike Gunn playing. I don't know who the fuck he's playing other than Spike Gunn. And what's her name? Merced. She's in The Last of Us right now playing Dina, but she's playing Hawk Girl, little cutie, Latina cutie. When her daddy was legal. I want to see the show. I'm interested to see the show.
It is not funny.
I don't get it. We saved the world.
I thought everyone finally treat us like heroes.
I don't need anybody else to just forge my own path.
You're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've come to the conclusion you suffer from a particularly severe form of toxic masculinity.
That shit is actually funny to me because that's what toxic masculinity looks like. To me, that's what toxic masculinity looks like. It's a woman acting like a man, the worst parts of a guy. That's what it looks like. That's what toxic masculinity is. It's not a man acting masculine. It's a woman trying to act like a man, acting masculine. Guy Gardner would work in this due to his personality. Yeah, because Guy Gardner's an ass. He is. That'd be funny to see him going back and forth with Peacemaker. Max Lord, Sean Gunn is playing Max Lord. I called him Spike Lord, didn't I? Spike Gunn. Sean Gunn. He's playing Maxwell Lord. Okay. Rainfire said, a butch lesson tried to get me to unload a truck for her friend for $25. She was shocked when I told her I had stuff to do. She had an Elvis haircut and a box of smokes rolled up in her sleeve. Yeah, I find that funny too. I end up in situations like that a lot, Rainfire, where there's two lesbians there and they actually need some real man shit done and they got a stud in the house. So she got the full Fonzie, greaser look going. And she can't unload the truck by herself. Oh my God, what's wrong? I thought we was all equal, bitch. Still need some real masculinity, right? Okay. Yeah, I got shit to do. No, bitch. Not you should have told her, nah, bro, I'm busy. Nah, I can't help you, dude. Help you, dude. You got it.
What?
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr. was named director.
Does he know that I have?
Kill this time? Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
I like Frank Grillo. He's not Crossbones this time, but I like him.
Mexicali, you scan for any anomalies throughout that house. Pony Boy, don't let him out of your sight. Titties, I want you to take the front door. Encino Man, you take the back door. Got it?
Yeah, but not the fucking names, dude. You can't just call us that.
Where do you think we are? Fucking Berkeley?
The ladies' man. Do it in the butt. He called it titties. She had a bald head. See that butt shit? She was assaulted that she got called titties. Did she forget she had them? Yeah, fractured a full Fonzie with the cigarettes rolled up in the sleeve. What kind of 50 shit is that? You one of the Lost Boys? The Outsiders? Greaser? Look at it.
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids.
no one will ever break us apart. You ready for the next adventure, pal?
Giggly!
Who the fuck are you?
HBO did not approve this message, but it is a trailer that they put out, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I want to see. Yeah, I'm liking this trailer too. I want to see season 2 of Peacemaker. I do. Peacemaker season 1 was fun, and I didn't think it was going to be, but I watched it anyway because, you know, I don't have to do homework on geek shit because I usually watch it because I'm a geek. So it's never homework for me. Like, oh, I don't remember this shit. I don't want to have to do all that homework. If you're watching the shit when it comes out, it's never homework. It's never homework. You don't have to run back and try to pay attention because you're keeping up with the tide. That's how you surf, dumbass. So I'm liking this trailer. I want to see season 2 of Peacemaker because season 1 was actually surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Like, oh shit, I'd watch more of this. Fine. This is what James Gunn does really well. I'm not sure about his Superman, but he can knock out this Peacemaker shit straight up. He can knock that shit out. Okay, let's see it. Now, the other trailer that I was interested in seeing is this one for another show I really liked. I had to think back when I was thinking about all the shows that I've really liked within this last year or two that have come out that have been really good. And this is one of the shows that I really enjoyed. But initially, people weren't all on board with it. So while I'm looking for a Peacemaker season 2, I'm looking for a Supercell season 2. I'm also looking for season 2 of this show. And this is the trailer I want y'all to watch. And support the stream, you cheap bastards. Want me to work for slave wages.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Thanks for letting me re-enroll. I'm grateful.
You're an eye twitch away from leaping across this table and ripping my throat out with your teeth. I get why you're upset.
Now, outside of the thing showing up across the top of it, would you guess what this was? Gen V season 2. Oh yes, nigga, I am there for that. I am. This cast has had tragedy because the brother that was one of the leads in the shit died. So they had to go back and reshoot this thing. I think if you watch this trailer, you'll see. I think they worked that into the story.
After what happened,
Stay behind me.
Hey, you guys!
What the fuck?
I'm Cypher, your new dean. It is time that humans learn that what runs through our veins is true.
I'm ready to go back to the Godolphin. I'm really ready to go back to the Godolphin. It could be so much fun for me. So much fun. I really end up. This show was like a sleeper hit, and it's original material, nothing coming from a comic book, and it was good. And it was good. I got you, JT. I got you, JT. You know I got you. You know I got you. You know I got you. Get it? Got it? Good. A little cutie. Other little short white
True thought blue.
Nothing good will come of this.
You can fly?
Nothing ever does.
Want to burn the school down to the motherfucking studs.
Now, this is the part I'm talking about that I think they worked the actor's death into the story now. Because you see his father, I'm forgetting his father's name, but he's like the Magneto, the magnetism dude. His son is missing.
Let's fucking go.
I will be preparing you to push your powers to their fullest potential. You are not students. You're soldiers, and you will fight.
Bless your hearts and hold on to your butts.
We should run.
What we should be doing is disrupt, break shit, fuck shit up.
Whatever we do it together.
What really happened to my son?
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Let's go. 3, 2.
Sophomore year is gonna be lit.
That's August and September, yo. That is stuff I'm looking forward to on television. On television. That's stuff I'm looking forward to. I can't say Disney is giving me anything to look forward to because Andor's off. And Ahsoka ain't it. That's stuff I'm looking forward to. Those were trailers that I really thought were worth watching, other than a constant flood of the same movie that still ain't out yet and more trailers for the same movie that's not out yet. That's a waste of time for me. Why am I watching trailers again for Superman and wasting time talking about it? Are you going to put out the fucking movie, or are you just going to drown me in fucking trailers until the movie comes out? I don't need to see Fantastic Four trailers anymore. There should be just through one trailer circulating. You want me to watch the movie, or are you going to drown me in trailers and spoil the movie in trailers? Those two trailers got me pumped for watching a show that ain't been on in a year. You know what I didn't do? I didn't see it over and over again. And I'm still interested to see it, because if it's interesting, I'll pay attention so I can go watch it. August and September in the fall. Good shit coming for me in the fall. Yeah, trailer porn. They spamming these two movies, Fantastic Four and Superman. They spamming these goddamn movies. And all Geek Talk is revolving around just talking about these two goddamn movies that ain't even came out yet. I mean, this is sucking up all the oxygen in the room. There is nothing else to talk about in geekdom besides these two goddamn movies. You got to be kidding me, right? You have to be kidding me. I'd be more interested to hear if anybody remembers what day Ironheart was coming out. Or coming on, I should say. Than hearing about this crap. Yeah, Herb, that's what I'm doing. I don't even want to listen because that's all they keep talking about. I don't want to listen to the trailer. I don't want to listen to you talking about the trailer. I'm not watching your fucking video about the trailer and the trailer reaction and how I don't want to hear none of that shit. I want to watch the movie. Can I just watch the movie? Or are you and James Gunn going to spoil this shit for me? Are you and Marvel going to spoil this shit for me? Because you need an in-depth reaction about the trailer and shit. Look, give me an in-depth reaction about why you haven't seen Sinners and why you haven't reviewed it. That's still making money to this day. Give me an in-depth reaction on that. I don't give a fuck about this trailer. What James Gunn is doing with his Superman and how shitty the costume may or may not look. I don't care. It's asinine to keep obsessing over this shit like this, and the movie hasn't released. It's not even out. I think about that stuff and I just get bored. You know why? Because I know after the movie comes out, I'm going to have to listen to a month's worth of you talking about this shit. Because then you won't have anything else to talk about. And telling me how terrible it is or how terrible it was. But what you thought was awesome about it and what wasn't. The same way you was talking about fucking Thunderbolts. And then the numbers came out for how shitty Thunderbolts did. 5th worst. 5th worst. But everybody keeps trying to hype it up. Oh, it was really good. Did you watch the movie? Because I watched the movie. It wasn't really good. There were some good parts in it, but a lot of it was dumb. And JT ass just ruined it. It's like, did you like the Suicide Squad? Okay, well, it's the Suicide Squad. It's like, you motherfucking right. It was the Suicide Squad. David Ayer needs to get some money back from that shit. And yes, Beastly, I'm not listening to any leaks about Avengers Doomsday. None. I don't want to know story. I don't want to see costumes. I don't want to see set leak photos. Whoever leaking this shit need to be fired from their job and give it to an illegal. My thinking on it, Beasley, my question is, when did everybody think that all the actors that's going to be in Avengers Doomsday, that all these characters are going to die? Who said they were all going to die? Who said they were all going to die? Where did that idea that Doomsday means that these characters are going to die? Because what I understand Avengers Doomsday as being is not a board wipe, but a boggle, nigga. We reshuffling the deck. The whole universe is going to be reimagined and rebirthed. It doesn't mean that all these characters go away, because you can't rebirth the universe with no characters. They just end up in different roles and different positions, with life a bit different. That's what the Secret War was. It didn't kill off all those characters. It just rejiggered the deck. You get that, you non-comic book reading motherfuckers? All these characters being in this movie doesn't mean all of them are dead. Doesn't mean all of them are going to die. That sounds like some hindsight, armchair quarterbacking. Like you didn't see it coming in Infinity War, which is why that movie went over so good. Yeah, they killed them all. So now you think you know it all, and you go into this movie, all these characters are going to have to die. No, they don't all have to die. They don't. They just need to be around to Secret Wars when the universe gets reset. So I don't know who keeps saying that shit. I'm very curious about it myself. Oh, fatal mistake. Here we go, Beastly. You and Black Bane. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook. An old geek like me looks at that and says, why are you arguing with someone on Facebook? I'm going to have to start blaming you for that shit, too. Not them being stupid, you for arguing with them, because from a distance, nobody can tell the difference. Because they were trying to tell me that the movie was successful. There is a perspective where Thunderbolts was successful. In a low expectation kind of way, yes. Like I said before, yes, it was not on the bottom of the pile of shit. It was on the very top of it. So that could be a success. It's not as bad as people were projecting it to be. Those people who were out there reviewing it and praising it for Bob and everything else. And earlier on, when they saw the trailer for the damn movie at Comic-Con, they was hating it. Those larger guys. They hated that shit. It looks cheap. It's garbage. Oh, really? Well, we'll wait and see when the movie comes out what you're saying. Now they praying at the altar. Praising the century. Which, as Rainfire is saying there, Century is not good. Is not a good villain without another powerful hero to actually fight him. Not give him a therapy session. No. They praised the ending of that shit the same way they hated the ending of Captain America, which basically was the same thing. They talked him down. They gave him a group hug and it was okay. Oh, that was awesome. But wait, you don't believe Sam Wilson can talk to Thunderbolt Ross and calm him down? So the white chick can touch the Hulk's palm and get him to go all flaccid. These motherfuckers can hug the embodiment of just despair and make that okay. They can hug it out and it'd be good. But this black dude can't talk to this big red fucking president and get him to calm down because he brought his daughter out there. Y'all got selective understanding. That is a mental health issue. Fuck you laughing for, Beastly? Why are you arguing with idiots on Facebook? Why? What do y'all get out of that shit? Do I have to show up in these rooms to see what the fuck you saying? See who talking points you're using? Do I gotta show up? I'm not going there. There is nothing. That's like arguing with some asshole on Twitter. 150 characters of dumb shit. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm getting really low, big guy. He couldn't say that though, right? Because he ain't got an ass, apparently. If you got tits, it's okay. Sun's getting mighty low. If you got a pair of wings and the Captain America shield, nigga, you got to fight it out. We need to see you get pummeled in the pulp. God damn. Hold back a little of your hatred, would you? Jesus. Not bad enough the man damn near got shot to death in this nice truck. No, you got to see a Hulk kill him. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, mental health, let them tell it. That's not mental. Like I said, that shit was about as deep on mental health as anything, as a teacup. They didn't talk about no larger parts of no mental health. All they did was say that these people were fucking depressed and in need of therapy and medication. And one of them was so depressed because his father was abusive and he started taking drugs. So much so he joined some experiment in an Asian country. Not saying how the fuck that white boy got there, but he joined the experiment to get drugs and he got turned into the void. And all his depression and shit manifested into another creature that put people in their own personal house of pain. And all they had to do was hug him and let him know it was okay. And then he was good. That does not speak to mental health, nigga. That is not a bold statement or stand for mental health. No, it was not. Marvel hasn't done that. They have popularized and showcased how fragile the mental health of their heroes are, but they haven't shown them to be fixed in any way or repaired in any way. The only one that could be there and say any of that shit was happening was Bucky. The only one. The only one. You know why? Because if you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Bucky was actually getting therapy. And yes, he did have a good childhood. He did. Before he went to war and got captured. So no, he ain't down there running around with all that personal angst and shit. Like, nah, my childhood was peachy. I don't know what the fuck y'all problem is. Stop making sense. They don't like it when you make sense. Yeah, they never do. They never do. They like to use it, but they don't like to give you credit for it. Because they can't see your brother talking to a... Dude, Beasley, your story is getting worse and worse. You're arguing with an idiot on Facebook, and it's a black dude arguing with a redneck. You arguing with a redneck? Stereotypically, this is not the smartest tool in the shed that you need to be arguing with. You half an exchange away from boy and nigga. Come on, man. Oh my God. Tony Stark didn't get a hug for his PTSD. Because Tony Stark was an asshole. He just started making armors. He started making more armors and more shit to try to protect everybody, and they didn't say shit. One of them went crazy and tried to kill the very people he designed it to protect. He ain't got shit. He didn't even get kicked out of the Avengers, nigga. No, I'm talking Falcon and Red Hulk. Oh, because you can't see a brother. Okay. I see your comment now. Okay, because you can't see a brother talking to a redneck. Southern Negroes and rednecks is kind of the same people, man. They eat the same shit. They can talk. As long as they understand. Artists in common sense shouldn't be in the room and sentence with the Spectrum Theater people. No, it shouldn't be. But it is. That's what I do. I'm sorry. That's the fuck I do. I throw that unpopular shit, my wooden sabot, into the machine of ignorance and see what stops working. Oh, they're shorting out over there, ain't they? They lost their goddamn brains. Sucks for them. I like that scene. My favorite scene from a Star Trek movie, Undiscovered Country, where they went to Captain Kirk raised his hand to the god of Shakari and asked, excuse me, what What does God need with a starship? Sorry, I got to be the one to ask the question. just wait a minute. Something ain't jiving exactly right with me. Just explain it to me. Might be a little slow on the uptake, but just explain just this little bit to me for a second. Let's see if I can pull that up. Look, it's on here. Goddamn. This is some of the things I love YouTube for. Because you can find stuff like this at a moment's notice. At a moment's notice, you can find old ditties. No P, like this. Let me educate you young folks on something real quick. Funniest scene from this movie. This is Star Trek 5 or 6, The Undiscovered Country. I think it's 4.
This starship, could it carry my wisdom beyond the barrier?
It could, yes.
Then I shall make use of this starship.
It will be your chariot.
Excuse me.
You see how he was looking? That's me when I hear dumb shit. Especially when somebody tells me that they were arguing with people on Facebook. Like, look at Kirk looking at Bones and
it will be your chariot.
Like, y'all hearing this shit? Y'all hearing this? Y'all ain't responding.
Excuse me.
It will carry my power to every corner of creation.
Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a question. What does God need with a starship?
Why did Kirk piss in the pool? Why did Captain Kirk piss in the pool? Oh, I was dying when I was watching this. Oh my God, I was dying when I was watching this. He just shitting their cornflakes. They was all happy as shit. We found God. Like, wait a goddamn minute. Why he need a starship? Just God, right?
Bring the ship closer.
I said, what does God need with a starship? Jim, what are you doing?
Man, shut the fuck up. Somebody need to edit this together and start putting different people, you know how they do. They put little name tags on the shit with the characters. It's like, this is the rest of geekdom. What are you doing, Jim? The artist is standing there asking a question like, the fuck? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, I'm asking a
Who
question.
is this creature?
Who am I? Don't you know? Aren't you God?
Right, who am I? You don't know? Aren't you God? Like, you talking to bigger YouTubers. The fuck?
He has his doubts.
You doubt me?
I seek proof. Jim, you don't ask the Almighty for his ID.
Yes, you do.
Then here is the proof you've seen.
Damn! He gave him that Dark Sidious. Gave him that Dark Sidious, didn't he? Got pissy. But it's a valid question. Exactly, but it's a valid question. The fuck, dude? Who are you? What you need with that?
Why is God angry? Why?
Because God should be above emotion, right? Just saying.
Have you done this to my friend?
He doubts me.
He's not answered his question. What?
This.
Yeah, and the logical dude had to be the one to tell him, you haven't answered this question, though. Yeah. Straight up. You didn't answer this question. That is hilarious, dude. Hold on, let me get this clip. Kirk. You's a fraud. You's a fraud. Or are we going to forget Ahura and Scotty hooking up in the starship? No, I'm not forgetting that shit, and I was fine with it. So what? If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. That's what that reminded me of. Hey, he didn't ask him if he was a god. He was all willing for them to believe that shit. He just wanted to know. I just want a simple question. Why you need a starship? I'm curious. And you don't know who I am? Didn't you make me? Bruh. They be throwing them god titles around pretty liberally. You missing some of the omnipotence I'm expecting from you, man. Damn. Kirk said, why do I have to go kill the wicked witch? Aren't you the wizard? Right? Rational, logical fucking questions. What did the Joker do in not Batman Begins, but Jesus Christ, The Dark Knight. What did he say? I just want my phone call. I just want my phone call. He just did all that shit. I just want my phone call. Can I make my phone call? Like, Jesus, dude. Simple questions. When you can't answer simple questions like that, where one simple question fucks up the whole flow of everything, you probably ain't in no logical grounds to begin with. Probably not. Probably not. Because it should be able to stand up to the simple scrutiny of asking a simple question. And if it doesn't, you on some bullshit. So, Beastly, stop arguing with people on Facebook, man. I know that's how you get your jabs in and have some fun. Fuck them. Grow up. They're not. They're not going to. Don't tell me that's what you do in the danger room. I guess that's the danger room for you, Facebook. You go into the danger room and then you start fighting with these fucking sentinels about this dumb shit and keeping your paws greasy. You're supposed to be everywhere at the same time. Yeah, omnipresent. You have omnipotence. You know everything. You don't know who the hell I am? You should have addressed me by name. You should have addressed me by name. That's already showing you is not the god you say you are, homie. Something is amiss here. Stop. You ain't gonna stop. Yeah, you don't have to for me. I ain't your daddy. I'm just saying. You're a pretty intelligent dude, man. Ask yourself what you get out of it. And is the energy you expend into arguing with people about this shit worth what you get out of it? Because what are you really going into the fight for? Are you trying to change their mind or prove to them you're right? Ask yourself. That's why I don't have arguments with people that don't know as much. What's the point? So they can see it my way? Probably not. And even if they came around and did, they probably hate you for this shit. So fuck them. I know what's true. Not because I pulled it out of my ass. Because I was there for it from inception. So why does God not have to answer or argue with people? Because I was there with my nose in it from creation. You ain't gonna tell me how it worked, nigga. Shut up. Shut up and enjoy what you got. Ugh. No wasted movements, no wasted energy. Save it. There's something else. You have the amount of energy you spend on arguing with an idiot on Facebook about geek shit would be better served and more rewarding to you to pour it into a younger child, say about 10 to 12 or 8 to 12, who doesn't know anything about any of this shit. It'd be better served there. Because then in 10 years or so, 15 years or so, it won't be one of these dumb motherfuckers arguing with somebody on their version of metaverse or whatever the fuck about this same shit. You will break the cycle. No, it's really not because they go straight to insults and I'm just trying to inform. If they go straight to insults, they've already lost the debate. That's them knowing they're wrong. If your first retort is an insult, you don't know what the fuck it is you're talking about. And you're trying to shut down the person who does. YouTube works differently. They're just trying to ignore you. But still piecemeal off of it. Look, see, Malika, no? Malika did some time. If you was arguing with a nigga that you was doing time with, and his first thing was to go to insult, what did that mean? Did it mean he was right? Or did it mean you had his ass dead to rights, that he was wrong as fuck? I'm going to use that. I need that clip. Let me steal this clip. I'm going to need this clip. I'm going to put this shit on my stream deck right the fuck now. What? Why is somebody throwing shade at Will Smith for Nanda Lewis's death? I don't understand that. I guess it doesn't matter. If I was this alien, I would have said, I don't know the name of every ant in my farm, in my ant farm. I just put them in there and let them do what they do. I don't micromanage. That's not an answer. That would make you oblivious. You're not a good gardener then. You're absentee parent. If every creation comes from you, you should know every creation. Flat out. Otherwise, you're an absentee landlord. You don't know what the hell is going on. You have no truck and uninterested. So if you're going to be the creator of all, then you need to know all, creator. Just saying. That's just my view on it. Yeah, you need to know. Oh, here's another trailer for something new that's coming out. I forgot about this one. My mother was mentioning this one to me, and I hadn't seen it yet. So this is going to be the first time for both of us. I guess it's turned into a trailer show. I had to watch a part 2 of this as well, because this is a part 2. Let's see who complains about sequels when these shows come out.
How are you doing?
I'm at peace.
Didn't look that peaceful when you were throwing that guy out the window.
Listen, sometimes quick is better than subtle.
Y'all remember what this is now? Look, Mr. Matt knew. Oh, God. Yeah. I didn't read these comics.
For centuries, I've watched you fight to protect humanity while forsaking your own kind. I will destroy you and everything you stand for with a power you can't even.
Oh, shit. They got the bride. Got Uma. They pulled up Uma. What's up?
Imagine yet. Who is she?
She is the first of the immortals. She knows your histories, your relationships. I am scared of what she is capable of.
Oh, that's fucked up. They buried her at sea. Boy, look. Y'all probably have never watched Torchwood, right? You should probably go back and watch Torchwood and check out the character of Captain Jack Harkness. Captain Jack Harkness was an immortal, right? And some of the ways people figured out how to get rid of him for a time was fucked up. It's completely messed up. Now, he was an immortal based on a flux in time kind of thing. So he will regenerate. But at one point, they buried this motherfucker in concrete, filled it, and buried his ass. Another time, they put him in a box and buried him in some place that nothing would be built for 100 years. So basically, this motherfucker would die, wake up again in this coffin, choke to death, and die again for like 100 years. That was fucked up. When you're dealing with some immortal characters like that that cannot die, you can have some fun screwing with them in situations that you wouldn't normally see. This, putting that woman in the Iron Maiden and dropping her to the bottom of the ocean, oh my God. It'd be bad enough drowning once, okay? It would be worse psychologically in a mental health kind of way, drowning over and over again for 1,000-something years. Yeah, I get out of here, I'm gonna be pissed. There's gonna be some reckonings happening, man. Like JT would say, you got to kill the bloodline. You got to kill the bloodline. That motherfucker that threw me in the water, I want his bloodline. Everybody got to go. Everybody, and I got time. I'm immortal. I got time. We going hunting.
Booker, how do I find her? You and your friends don't have much time left.
Do you think she knows that I've lost my immortality?
The thing that lives forever.
We're playing right into her hands.
I don't have a choice.
One day you'll understand. Every minute is a step towards death.
Then you're coming with me.
Oh! They gonna have a sword fight too? She got a katana again? God damn. Look at Uma Thurman getting her David Carradine on. Don't they say Skydance? July? July 2nd? Look, man, I got some exciting, streaming shows coming up. July, August, and September. I got some exciting shit coming up. I'm not worried about these two goddamn movies. I'm really not. Yeah, she literally knows where the body's buried. You know why? Because she buried the motherfuckers. Vendetta is just the start of it. Yeah, Vendetta is just the start of it, bruh. It would be on for life at that point. Arson, how come Uma knows everyone but the fake ass gods in Star Trek don't know shit? Because he wasn't a god. He wasn't a god. He was powerful, but he wasn't a god. Because he wasn't strong enough to get off that fucking planetoid and get past that barrier. You limited, nigga. You really limited. You powerful, but very in a limited space. Bring the ship closer so I can merge with it. Nah, bro. Why you need a ship? Why you need my ship? Obviously you ain't that damn strong. Just saying. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's funny how June is flying by, boy. Yeah, 2 weeks. I'll be down for that. I will be. Because I haven't read all of those Old God stories. And I didn't know it was a comic book till I saw Old Guard #1, the first series. Didn't know. So I'll be down for this. I'll be absolutely down for this. Netflix is giving me some good television that I can watch. So I'm not upset about that at all. It's a damn sight more entertaining than the shit that's being pushed in my face right now that I don't even want to see. What the hell is this? This is a trailer for the Neely show? No. No, they're just talking about it. Sophie Turner. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh my God, I might not need to watch this. Excuse me, it's a little video with Florence Pugh showing her flexibility. Oh, this is porn material. Vanity Fair did it though. Yikes. People keep getting more attractive to me. I'm going to watch that later. I'm going to watch that later when y'all not around. Did I talk about the Predator film already? No, because I'm going to watch Predator Killer of Killers later on. I heard about it from, I watched somebody else's review they were talking about because I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But getting an understanding that there are two Predator shows coming out. One is the Badlands, which is the live action, and then Predator Killer of Killers is the animated one. The animated anthology sounded really interesting. Even working that Prey shit back into it. So I wanted to watch it because it seemed really good. Seemed good. I saw some of the animation. I was like, man, that's decent. I'll check that out. Because make no mistake about it, I like the Predator as a character. I'm interested in the lore of the Predators and whatnot. I just didn't buy that Prey movie for how easy that Predator got taken out. That was bullshit. You shouldn't get killed with your own weapon. So, any news on the Kill Bill sequel with Vivica's daughter grown up? I didn't hear about that, but Why would I want to watch it? You gonna bring Vivica Fox back? Why? That Kill Bill ended the way it should have ended, and I don't need a Kill Bill 3 or Kill Bill reimagining or reprise. I don't need that. I'm really of the mind nowadays that certain things just need to end. Do something new. Certain things just need to end. The story for Kill Bill does not need to go to, and let's follow the daughter now. No. Why? So you can do the same shit over again? My sister. No. Just move on to something else. I was talking to my mother last night, and I was still talking about how Sinners is still making a bunch of money. It's on streaming now, so people are paying to see it on streaming, which kind of makes it bullshit to me that they wouldn't go to the theater and see it, but they sit their ass at home and spend $25 to see it. God damn it, bitch. So I would be what was she telling me? It's something private, possibly being able to be somewhere where Ryan Coogler would show up in the Bay Area. And I told her, well, if you get to talk to Ryan Coogler, just tell him for your son. Don't give him a sequel until 26 years later. And we laughed about the shit. I said, yes, make them pay you all the money for a sequel. When you get all the money off that shit, like Sony letting Marvel make them a good movie. Yeah, you can use Spider-Man. And you can pull in some of these other characters. Yeah, you got a story that'll support it? Good. Make that money for me, bitch. Get it. Go get it. Oh, it made $1 billion. Awesome. Good job, Marvel. Now pay Papa. Pay your pimp. No. I don't need sequels to everything. Everything doesn't need a sequel. To get back to the good old days of the 80s where they made good movies and that was it. That's all you got. It was just good. No sequel. No follow-up. No prequel. No reimagining. No refurbished. No, that's just it. You're going to appreciate it for that. Because I have yet to see some of these really classic movies. Where's the Casablanca 2? Where's the Rear Window 2? Where's the Birds 2, nigga? Never seen it? No reimagining? Not redone? Oh. They just made movies better back then? Is that it? No. They made their work and it stand. They stand on it. That's it. You don't need the studios to keep trying to crank out another one so they can dilute the fucking franchise and make some money off of it. My mother was asking me about Moana. And I said, I heard Moana 2 was shit. Yeah, it made a shitload of money. But I heard it was kind of crap. Same thing with this Lilo and Stitch. Heard it was crap. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Is this a real movie? Lucy Liu and Wesley Snipes fighting vampires? This looks CG. Yeah, this looks CG. I hate fake CG. Anyway, yeah, Ironheart is coming soon, Mr. Matt. I already mentioned that. You got to keep up. But yeah, Ironheart is coming soon. I might actually watch that shit just to see what it is. To see if there's anything redeeming in it. I'll watch it. I don't remember how soon it's coming. Let's see. Let's look on Disney Plus and see how soon Ironheart is coming. 3:30. What time is my geeking going off? I got a Pokemon I got to try to catch today. What time are they doing this shit? Oh, Brave New World is on Disney Plus now? Well, I didn't know that. Cool. I can watch it again. Let's check out. I'm multitasking at the moment. Who the fuck is Ironheart? I do not see Ironheart up here. Motherfucker. Fuckers be ignorant sometimes. Answer a phone call while I'm answering yours. 4:30. Okay, I got time. $4:30. I'm going to the meetup. We will catch Pokemon. Get these raids out the way. I gotta go back and watch Agent Carter so I can see Haley Atwell pretty ass in that suit. Some of y'all need to watch this movie, The New Mutants. You need to watch that movie. If you enjoyed me playing with Ileana Rasputin magic yesterday on my Killing Time stream, you need to go back and watch this movie. And tell me if Anya Taylor-Joy doesn't look like she has more weight on her than she did in this last movie you saw her in. Girl got a problem. Look, Moon Knight, a show about mental health. Still no therapy. Fantastic Four. Yeah, I don't see Ironheart on here. The throwbacks. Because we got the X-Men back. I used to watch this cartoon. And this one. This Fantastic Four when I watched that one too. Wolverine and X-Men, I watched that one too, but that was when they were overdoing Wolverine as being the leader. And I was watching this Cloak and Dagger show. I still have some episodes I need to finish on it, but I was enjoying it. It's off of Hulu. Hulu Hoo. And fuck you, I still want Danny Rand. Iron Fist back. I do. Same actor, Finn Jones. I want Finn Jones back as Danny Rand. Just saying. He looks like Danny Rand. What up, Matt? Okay, he's not answering. I don't see no white penises dancing on the screen, so it's not a bot. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Ironheart the 24th. Let me add it to my list so I can actually find this shit when it comes out. Genius inventor. Riri Williams. What is Riri the proper name for? Rihanna? Chicago, where she meets Parker Robbins, aka the Hood. Y'all seen this trailer, right? We watched the trailer on here before. Okay, I have it locked in. I have it locked in. I have it locked in, so now I can watch it. What you gotta say, Mr. Matt? He ain't saying anything. I'll drop them down. I don't need placeholders. Okay. Just catching you in my background. Well, you don't need to be on the panel to catch me in the background. It makes no sense. Yeah, New Mutants was okay. It's okay for a first movie. If they did another one, it would be better. Something about your stream I need Wi-Fi for. I don't know. Wi-Fi is acting up today. Wi-Fi has been acting up system-wide on a lot of different ways for the last couple of days, just globally. So my mother thinks China is hacking us. Because their Chinese TV don't work, but somebody's doing some cyber shit. Whether it's a actual cyber attack, I don't know. But somebody is doing some cyber shit because Wi-Fi all over the place has been wonky. And if you look at it in isolation, you might think it's just you. But you put it together, it's something that's going on in cyberspace. Something is not right. Now you see me, now you don't. They're making a new Now You See Me movie. Okay. Anyway. Okay, since y'all got nothing to say and nothing to get up for, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and then I'm going to go do something else. I'll talk about everything else. Oh, no, I didn't. I have one more thing to talk about. Spaceballs. My thoughts on the Spaceballs trailer and that coming out. I like the original Spaceballs. I did. It was pretty funny. The fact that Spaceballs is finally getting a sequel done by Mel Brooks. I'm not sure how that will work because this is, for me, my opinion, this culture does not have that kind of humor anymore. They don't. They'll be too offended about shit. Too offended. And I don't know if at 90-something years old, why he would really want to have to deal with that shit. Like, I was thinking of one scene when I heard about the Spaceballs 2 sequel. I was thinking about one scene from the original. And they had the brothers out there combing the desert, right? And the dudes was out there with the big ball heads with the big comb, combing the desert. What did you guys find? Oh, nothing. Nothing, sir. What about you guys? No, nothing, sir. And then you get over to two black dudes and they have a Afro pick and they comb in the desert and he asks them what they found. And and the dude opens his shield and stuff and got this big bowl on his head. This big ball on his head. We ain't found shit. That was funny as hell to me. Could you get away with doing something like that now? No. People will be calling racism and all kind of dumb shit from something like that. Like, I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see the movie. I wouldn't want to see people talking shit about Mel Brooks for this shit. Calling him racist for the type of humor he would stick in there. Like, no, you don't need that shit. This generation is too fucking uptight and sensitive, man. No. Too uptight, insensitive. I just got your comment, Beastly. Him is what I'm most interested in. Him looks like an interesting movie. That Jordan Peele, yeah. I hadn't seen that trailer until recently too, and I was like, "Holy shit! What the hell is going on here?" So, no. I don't think I showed it on this show. I think I watched it. I don't think I've seen it here. We have a teaser trailer right now. Look, Deadpool work, couldn't this? Maybe not, because I see Deadpool as being a little different. Deadpool plays on a lot of sexual humor, a lot of androgynous or gay humor, right? It's a comic book character too. Mel Brooks's comedy is usually parody of stuff that already exists. A Spaceballs movie is going to be a parody of Star Wars. Well, we know how sensitive people at Star Wars are right now about their shitty ass movies that they've made. We know how much they go after the fan base talking shit about them because we don't like the shitty movies that they've made. Whereas George Lucas might have had a sense of humor and fine with Mel Brooks making a parody of Star Wars, which was Spaceballs, with some caveats. Name a woman that you know of that likes being teased, even in a joking way, pointing out their fallacies and stuff. They couldn't stand up to the South Park dudes fucking with them. The fan base critiquing them, they couldn't deal with. You think they about to let? Do you think they're going to be able to hold their shit together for Mel Brooks to do a parody of their recent productions? No. I think if they wheel a fake ass Ahsoka out there, one of them gonna be pissed off. Oh, that's not funny. I wouldn't want to hear about the arguments people was having on Facebook or Twitter or Reddit about what Mel Brooks put into this movie as humorous. Tropic Thunder was funny as fuck. They call that whole movie racist. When it bathes in its own absurdity. Wasn't somebody not too long ago trying to ban Blazing Saddles? Because it was racist? Come on, man. This generation cannot deal with Mel Brooks comedy. Now, he's 90 years old. I don't know how close to the bone he can get comedically with this new world. I don't. Even Dave Chappelle start some lines somewhere. And that's just talking about his opinion. So I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't. Because their version of parody nowadays is slapsticky and stupid. People have to be stupid. Not intelligent, not kind of funny. No, they just have to be stupid. So I don't think it will work for Mel Brooks. He definitely can do a Spaceballs movie. How it will be received, how hard would the jokes land, how close to the bone would they be? I couldn't tell you. But my concern is not for him making the movie. My concern is for how the modern audience takes the humor. Put it that way. They might not be into all that racial shit at all. They'd be calling for his head and trying to ruin his fucking career at 90 years old. Yeah, no. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. I don't know. Not sure. People's skin is a lot thinner. Yeah, Aquatech, people's skin is a lot thinner than it was when the first Spaceballs was like. Yeah, they skin. Look, like I've said before, you know how you can tell that you don't have as much freedom as you used to? It's because you can't make the same jokes you made in the 80s. And we're not even talking about sexual jokes, just offensive jokes. You can say less now than then, which means you're not freer, you're more constrained. You got more people with a hand over your mouth and a hand up your ass than you ever have before. The sensitive and moronic can't take and understand mature and intelligent satire. No, they cannot. They cannot. It's bullying. They're making fun of people. That's not right. What about their mental health? Why don't you grow a spine? Ugh. In a little politically correct modern mind, they consider traditional humor bullying and bashing. Exactly. You couldn't make an airplane movie today. Could not. You can watch it. You can find the old movie to watch it, but you won't find a remake anywhere, will you? I don't know. Like I said, he can definitely make the movie. I just don't know how the audience is going to take it. I think the audience will try to come and crucify him. And make no mistake about it, it won't be the people who actually watched the movie and like it or like the first one. It'll be motherfuckers who never had a care for Spaceballs, thought it was offensive, and don't like the fact that he's doing another one. So, good luck. Why is she out here? Why is she the co-host of 6 Feet Under? Michelle, I don't need you in front of the camera. He's already on LFG. What the fuck you need to be on 6 Feet Under for? Surely you're not serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. What do they say? Gone are the days of equal opportunity ribbing. Everybody was getting joked on back in the day. Man, you couldn't tease religions. That's insensitive. I saw some millennials reacting to Rodney Dangerfield and Don Rickles. They couldn't get half the jokes, and they said they were either racist or mean to their wives. You need to get the fuck out the juke joint. Get out the comedy club. You have no sense of humor. Yeah, I don't get no respect. No respect at all. I love Rodney Dangerfield. And fuck his wife. Don't care. Sorry, I was looking at Lorena acting like Wednesday. Black. How do you like my coffee? Black. Like I like my men. Silly ass shit. Okay, so that's it on that. That's 4 hours. That's my thoughts on Spaceball. Good luck if you can do it. But I don't want to hear the backlash. I really don't. A lot of geeks are happy about the shit. Like, oh, cool, Spaceballs. Good luck. I don't know how they can even suggest something like that in this day and age of Hollywood. I guess it'll be female centric. I just saw something that's disturbing me too. Why the hell is Mr. Terrific riding around in a Orion chair? You know what I'm talking about? Let me show you something real quick. This is on my feed for YouTube. See this picture right here? They're talking about the Justice League. So this spoiled scene from the movie. That's Mr. Terrific in the right, flying around in a chair. It's not the Mobius chair, but it's also like the contraption that Darkseid's son rides around in. I'm like, why is Mr. Terrific in that? James, what are you doing? James Gunn, what the fuck are you doing? Don't start giving me some of this fucking old bad days of Fox X-Men shit where you're just mixing character stuff together. Fake lesbian shit. Yeah, Orion Space Sled. That's what it looks like. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is going to be problematic. This is going to be problematic. This is the other reason I don't want to watch trailers. I keep seeing stuff that just makes me question. Like, okay, I don't need to see anymore. This is just really distressing me. Really distressing me. A woman that stands 7'2", that's some tall pussy. Anyway, final thoughts. Oh, there's nobody up here. So I'm giving my final thoughts. Men, enjoy your Father's Day. If you didn't hear the 3 things that I said that should happen on Father's Day for you, the 3, I think, requirements that should happen, go back and listen to the first hour. It's right at the end of the first hour if you want to seek through it. Excuse me. I'm going to get out of here and actually get some breakfast. I think I only had one person support the stream and within 4 hours, which is slave wages. Shout out to Rainfire Design for supporting the stream. He said, who else finds it karmic that the woke producer of Acolyte got shot protesting in riots? Did woke stuff got woke prizes? Did they? The producer? Who was the producer? KK? As far as I know, KK was the producer. I was listening to a report that this dude was talking to the Latino dude, talking about a friend of his whose son got arrested in the damn protest because he's out there wanting to protest, and his father had told him not to go out there and do that shit. He went out there and did that shit anyway and got arrested. And now he crying because he in jail with some actual killers and murderers, or excuse me, some killers and rapists and shit. And his family don't have the money to get his ass out of jail. So you just in there now, dumb motherfucker. You just in there now. Deal with it. Remember, these are people you protesting for. What you scared of? You all brown, right? So you should be all right. Dr. Vinny Bomba put me on Ozempic. I lost 12 pounds, but now I can't hear. Me and my wife are going on a second honeymoon. Jokes write themselves. Where the fuck is that from? Anyway, appreciate you, Rainfire, for supporting the stream. I will give you that 3B salute. Appreciate you. Yeah, that is a whole comedy skit right there. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here with my slave wages. Let's see. I'll check Cash App real quick so I can. Oh, here we go. We got a couple of people donating. Forgive me. I should check before I critique. First one goes out to the Malika Me Bane for supporting the stream on a Thursday. Appreciate you, Malika. No message. Well, there's a message, my bad. Said geekelite assemble. Yes. Appreciate you, Malika. I will give you your moniker. The previous salute. Appreciate you. Next one goes out to the Aqua Techie. Appreciate you, Aqua Techie. No message. Appreciate you for supporting the stream. I will give you The double, I appreciate you. Aquatech, number one ranch.
Double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lie. Let's run it up. Never let a hard time on the was.
Shout out to one of my favorite parishioners, Swift Battle. He said, Happy Father's Day and Geek Sunday tribute. Appreciate you, Swift. I will give you the 3B slip. Yeah, last one goes out to Joe Herb. Herbert stay all day. Coming through, dragging his nuts. Appreciate you, Joe Herb. Herb says, Father's Day liquor. Appreciate you, Herb. I might not have had much liquor today because I finished my Applejack yesterday. Shout out to Artie Ibmore. So there is a new bottle of Applejack in my future. But today I think I'm going to finish up this Terramana Blanco. Get that shit to rock bottom. Before I get out here and get to my hardcore geeking. So to the Herb, appreciate you, Herb. I will give you the power of many.
Power of one. The power of two. The power of many. The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
Oh, I have a life note for you guys. Jen Richards is the producer that got shot. Okay. Whatever, man. Fuck am I supposed to care? You guys know I play pool. You know, I play on the league. My league had a tournament this past Tuesday. And the tournament was for qualifiers to get to play in the tournament at the World Competition in August in Vegas. So it's the first qualifying step to go to Sacramento to play against those people in this region, to then go on to the tournament in Vegas in August. Your boy qualified for the Sacramento tournament. So, which means I showed up that night and played against whoever was there. And out of the 4 matches I had, I came out on top and I won. There were a lot of sour faces. I followed that up with playing Thursday night 9-ball and actually beating the woman they put on the table against me to try to bump my position. Basically, they put somebody of a very low skill level up against me to give them an edge, and I still won, and won convincingly. And I can tell you this, never seen so many sour faces not wanting to congratulate somebody for winning. And I'll say this just to make a point. We all brown. We all brown. Latinos and Filipinos. We all brown. They were not happy for me winning. Either one of these times. Let that sink in. Let that shit sink in for a second. Let that sink in. Shout out to that British dude on Instagram. That shit is funny as hell. No, they weren't happy. They were sour faced. They was clapping it the fuck up like circus seals when this motherfucker made a simple shot. Hell yeah. I made a difficult shot convincingly. The motherfuckers was silent and mad. You can feel the hate. You can feel it. It was everybody's new favorite word, palpable. You could feel it. Gives you strength. Gets you focused. So what? I didn't care. Shout out to Rainfire Designs. So they ran another bracket yesterday. I didn't play in that one because I didn't need to because I've already qualified. And somebody else won, which I'm sure they're happy with. Well, if you're not getting liquor, here's something on some Father's Day brioche and some compound butter. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get some food. Appreciate you, Rainfire. I will give you the Guts and Butts, so named by the Charles Faulkner Jr., affectionately known as the Darkness.
Double up 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lie. Let's run it up. Never let a hard time on the was.
Talking softly and carrying a big stick. Yeah, because I came in there about business. And Thursday night, I was on call. I came in. I played my game. No warm up. Just made sure I was following through with my shot and checking my stroke to make sure I calmed down. I got on that table and beat that woman. Because it's not abuse when it's on the table. Oh, well. Y'all can clap for all that dumb shit, all that lucky shit she was getting. But I'm making calculated, precise shots. The motherfuckers wasn't clapping at all. They wasn't smiling, none of that shit. No, that was a good shot, none of that. They don't want to give no praise at all, which is why I don't feel bad beating them. That's why I don't feel bad. That's why I know it's not no black and brown unity, nigga. It's not. It's their unity. I'm on the outside. So, yeah. So I don't feel bad. And the reason they pissy about the win is the tournament win, the money they paid in to play in that tournament. All right. Paid in more than our regular time. That money goes to furnishing the person who goes to Vegas. They ain't like that shit because they don't want to see their money going to me to possibly go to Vegas. They don't want to see that shit. That's what got them pissy. It would have been okay if it was one of these dudes or one of these females that go to Vegas anyway, that have been before. But the fact that I won that tournament is what got them kind of salty in the face. You might get my money. Got to head out and hang out with my brother Father's Day. Have a good one, Artisan. Later all in the chat. Peace, Herb. Tell your brothers I said happy Father's Day. You go be a good uncle. Good men's. I guess I will treat myself to this session of Black Axes since the axe throwing scene and the ballerina got me inspired. Yeah, she was fucking dudes off with that axe, wasn't she? That needs to be her regular weapon, man. Call her the hatchet girl. She was messing fools off with the hatchet. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So I had 3 matches on Tuesday. The first match was against somebody I go back and forth with, but he's a team captain. No luck, and he tried to cheat at one point, and nobody wanted to pay attention to that shit. Like, we're just gonna let this shit slide, right? Okay, fine. The next person was another one of these dudes. He's not a team captain, but he's a really good player from another team. No applause, no cheers, no nothing. Fine. Then I played against one of my teammates on my Thursday 8-ball team, who plays pretty good, but he play a lot of I wouldn't say it's luck. He can play. It doesn't look like it all the time, but he can play. That was it, and I'm out. So we were all around the same, supposedly same skill level. At least one of these dudes in here should be at a level or two higher than he is. But they ranked him at 3. You don't play like a 3. You play like he might be a 4 or 5. So he down here slumming. Yeah. And I stepped out. I'm looking at the bracket right now, but I'm not showing you all of this shit because it got personal information on it too. So they ran it back. They did another one. More people joined in that shit, and then some chicken that won it. Okay, I don't get her. A player is a player, male or female. So when it comes time to go to Sacramento, I will go and play in those regional qualifiers. I already out my division. I go to the regional qualifier. I play good against those people from some other divisions that have never played against me, and I've never played against them. Then we'll see who gets spots in Vegas. See if these people get on board for supporting or not. Probably not. I won't be looking for it. I'll be looking for a good game. Plain and simple. That's what I'm looking for. Not looking for their support. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got some hardcore geeking to do. I appreciate you guys for showing up today. Please enjoy your Father's Day. And if you all have one, but call your daddy out of the blue if you can. Regardless of the situation, let them know, hey, I know you're my father. I know you helped give birth to me. Thank you. Because my life may not be rosy all the time, but you still have it. You still have it. You make it whatever the fuck you want it to be. So thanks for putting me here. Thinking my mama was cute that day to me. Busting it out. Appreciate you. I am going to go ahead and get out of here. This has been the Hero's Journey. I do this every Sunday from 8 a.m. until I feel like stopping. We will talk about geekdom, life, and everything in between. I've been artisanmc, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, before I go, next week is an on-call weekend. I'm on call again, so work with me next weekend. So appreciate you guys. Peace.